gamers, and welcome to episode 389 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for September 17th, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nichols. Sitting with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
Oh, man, it's been a pretty good week, man. Even though we're getting like a little heat wave about to happen, I don't know what the hell's going on. Fall has already started. Well, actually, has it already started? What's the date for fall?
Like officially yet.
I think it's 22nd or something.
But the weather's feeling that way.
Yeah, the weather was. And then it was like, oh, no, we won't get a little bit of summer. Get you a little bit more summer out here. I know some people are probably happy about it, but not me. Not me. I was loving this cool weather at night and during the early mornings, man. And then, like, just feeling nice during the day, man. God, I was like, praise Jesus. No air conditioning. Praise Jesus. So, what? Let's go. Let's hurry up and get through this because we got a lot of gaming news this time. This podcast. Now we're flashbacking to 2012, 10 years ago. So this week, 10 years ago, what we got here? We got, skipping the first one, we're going to Fractured Soul on the 3DS. And no, I should have skipped that one too because I can't even click on it, see what game it is. It might not exist. So we're going to skip that one and go right to Black Mesa on the Windows. Now, this was what was it a mod or like people use the development tools?
Made remake of Half-Life 1 in the Source engine, I think, basically.
Yeah. Okay. It's a free and it was free. It was originally free. It was originally a free mod.
But then I think they got like official sanction from Valve to make it, so then it ended up being a free thing.
And I had this game and never played it. Now I forgot about it. And darn, now I want to play it. I gotta remember it. Games to remember. Let me get my notepad.
You gotta try it in VR.
I get my notepad here. Games to remember. I mean, I believe that like people really enjoy this. They thought it did a great job with it. The guys who worked on this. I mean, it got an 86 on Metacritic. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm seeing like 9s and 8s around. So like, good on them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very cool.
Yeah, because
like it's a passion project and be able to actually make it.
Because Valve ain't making games, so good on them.
No,
I need somebody to do freaking Half-Life 3 now. And not be VR. Well, if we're gonna be VR where I can play it on my Quest, but
there you go.
But if you're not gonna do VR, hopefully if you're not gonna make it before I can play on my Quest, do it just regular. All right. So what we got here? We got Disney Princess by Fairy Tale Adventure. So since we playing Disney games, Dan, you should go back to play this game. We might like this one too.
Probably should. Doesn't have the princesses she likes though. All the newer ones.
Yeah, I guess it don't. Nope. And she probably don't like that black one too. Right. I said it. So I was joking with you, man. But no, I don't know what you do. What you do in this game? Do you just dress them up?
Let's see.
Do they actually have real adventures though? Do they really have real adventures? Because I just imagine it's a girls' game. I'm probably being sexist.
How dare you, Dominic? How dare you?
They don't have no freaking reviews for this. How am I supposed to know it's good or not? Oh, here we go. Nintendo Life did.
Third-person action adventure game, Dominic.
Nintendo Life gave it the game a 2 stars out of 10. Crawling with glitches, slow down, repetitive gameplay, disinterested voice actors, and stiff controls.
Repetitive. I've seen at least 5 different mini games in here.
But you say disinterested, so they actually do have voice actors. It's just like, that means this game off could have got some disinterested voice actors, so I had to read. Damn. All right. Oh yeah, talk about this. How about the okay? I can't believe. Well, I mean, I can't believe, but this shouldn't be. Like, look. Like, I'm not denying. Like, some people say, "Hey, it's 2022. You shouldn't be racist." The problem is that we were idiots to think racism was gone. That's on anybody who says that. That's on you.
This is our hubris, Dominic.
Yeah, that's on you. Like, that's your fault. yes, it's 2022. It's always been here. You just been in denial and didn't see it, or you either did see it, and you were in denial. I mean, or both. Maybe you did see it, you're just in denial of it too. Anyway, to see people just so angry about the Little Mermaid, like,
yes.
Now, here's the thing: the people who's angry about because of, hey, it don't look like she's underwater, even though it's like a brief scene. I mean, like, I'm mad defending this because I'm mad at it, just like I'm mad at all those remakes. I don't want them to be remade. Yeah. That's just the reason. That's just me. Like, that's why I don't give a fuck about it. But the people getting mad over, like, because she's black. And then when people say she's a mermaid, it's a fake story. But then they go to, like, where mermaids come from. Like what kind of culture has mermaids?
It's like, it's from this Dutch writer. Do you think he saw a lot of black? Like, oh my God, shut the fuck up.
I was like, no, he would, and it would be white if he did it. But it's a different world now, and we also know that mermaids, I mean, whatever. It's not a real. They're not real.
That's what that argument does not take into effect, right? Like That's why it's there are many reasons why it's a stupid argument, but the argument that, like, oh, well, The Little Mermaid was written by this Dutch writer and it's based on European culture. Yes, and this is an adaptation made by a multiracial company and a multiracial team. So therefore, they're adapting it to what they see.
It's exactly like most of Disney works, like the especially the old ones, were all adaptations from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or stolen, like Winnie the Pooh.
From the Chinese president.
Yeah. Well, Mickey Mouse stolen too. I just always think of that, like the Itchy and Scratchy, that he stole Itchy and Scratchy and the guy. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, darn, you know how many different like adaptations I've seen, like of Cinderella and shit like that. I like, oh, Cinderella like that. I used to say that because I just remember the Disney one. But it's like, you grow up, it's like, oh, this is a story that's just told so differently. Just like Wizard of Oz has been told so differently. I mean, like, they have plays and stuff. I mean, you're looking at it at a very, like, you're looking at it a way I know what you're looking at it as, but it should not be.
You're looking at it in a very racist way.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just like when people, like, I usually hear people say things like that. It's like, just say you're racist. But at this point, I gotta say that, dude, you're racist, and you know what? That's okay, because you live in a country that accepts it. They say they don't, but you'll be okay. It's a lot of your people around. It's a lot of people like you who say they don't racist. They're not racist, and they don't know it, and or they kind of know it, but they like, it's actually not that bad, I guess. But because it is. I mean, if you feel like it's wrong because she's black, you're racist. I'm sorry, because it's really like. And then if you're a grown-ass man, I mean, or a grown-ass woman, because I've seen the woman too, and you're arguing about this, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why do you give a shit about a kid's cartoon? Like, I should not see this shit on my timeline. Like, I should not see this shit on my timeline. The only reason I see this shit on my timeline is because of people complaining about it. And then there's a bunch of black people trying to defend it. So, and it's funny because I think a lot of those black people don't fucking care either. But thing is, y'all freaking get mad over somebody being black. So I'm at the point where, you know what, fucking cancel the movie. You know what? I think, you know what? Cancel it and say why you cancel. Say, look, and I want you to say, I want somebody in PR, I wish they could say, like, it's our fault. We thought we were ready to have a black person in the place
of a black Ariel.
Yeah, a black character in a fictional show. But I think we have made mistakes. We moved too fast. For some reason, we thought racism ended in 1965, a year after the Civil Rights Act. We thought, like, oh, after that 1 year, that was a good grace period, and now we're not racist no more. And apparently, we were wrong. And man, so we're going to do a reset and get shit right, and then we'll come back to this. Maybe we'll come back to this and see if we're ready to replace write characters in old fictional films or fictional stories with another race. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Because the arguments they make is that what if they do a white Black Panther, but like someone said, but the culture is actually in his character. That's the difference. It's like the Black Princess, Princess and the Frog. The culture is actually in the character. There's a difference. And then somebody did like Martin Luther King, and I'm like, okay, now you just go. That's a real fucking person, you dumbass. It's like Tom Hanks, Martin Luther King, or some shit. I forgot, or like Ryan Gosling. They had all these. Well, then black people start playing
from Malcolm X, please.
Black people start playing around with it, start doing their own memes, like white people.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty funny. But still, it's like, dude, I said, it's like, yuck, yeah, this is. Come on, now people gotta know it's like, come on, it's a racist country. You gotta see it now, right? You can't just say it's not a racist country, right? People are they're upset about a cartoon. That means we're not ready. No, we have problems here. There's some serious fucking problems here. This is ridiculous. All right, get off that rant real quick. I mean, unless you got something else to say before I can go to the next game.
No.
All right. I mean, we got some big games.
He's a bad Dominic.
We got some big games. I mean, I know it's a big year. Big time of year, the fall and to winter. But there's some 10-year anniversary. We got FTL, Faster Than Light, 10-year anniversary.
I can't believe that's 10 years old, Dominic.
I mean, I know. Actually, I feel like it's longer, to be honest with you. For some reason,
really?
I feel, yeah. I think when I think of FTL, for some reason, I always think of home. What's it called? Shit. No, not home. No, it's not. It begins with H. The space game where you kind of monitor all the spaceships, colony.
I think I know what you're talking about, but it's.
Damn! What the fuck? We just had an anniversary for it. It's a Homeworld?
That sounds right.
Yes, Homeworld. I always think of Homeworld because I just think of FTL Speed. So I always think of like, oh, there is a space. This is like Homeworld. And then I realized, oh shit, there's nothing like Homeworld. Even though technically in space, but still, you talk about this game because I definitely did not play it.
Yeah, so basically it was kind of like you took control of this ship and you see it from the top down. And it's kind of like a tile game. You're moving your characters around to take care of issues, like you would get into battles and there would be holes shot in your ship, and then you would have to send somebody over to fix that, and then your power would go out and your shields would need to be maneuvered from your front to your back. Okay, so
that's why I thought it was like Homeworld, because it is strategy, like, okay.
Yeah, you're still doing strategy, like manipulation and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a really clever game. It was a difficult game, and I think that's why I never got too deep into it. But it seemed like a really cool thing at the time.
Okay. So 10 years, they got to have like a 10-year anniversary thing going on somewhere. Or they did anyway. All right.
Yeah.
So what else we got here? We got the 10-year anniversary of Joe Danger 2, the movie. That's just what the game is called. That doesn't mean there was an actual movie.
But there should be.
Yeah, because I felt stupid going to the ticket booth and asking for it, and they said they don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so this game, I never played the original Joe Danger. You played the demo, though, because I never actually played the demo either.
Yeah, I played the demo. It's basically kind of like Trials, where you're going through these levels, side-scrolling on a bike, or like a Excite bike.
Yes.
You're on a motorcycle. I think in 2 you end up on different style vehicles because you're filming a movie. So you're like, one level you're on a jet ski and a snow runner and stuff like that. But yeah, it's basically like side-scrolling thing, and you're trying to land jumps and do tricks and stuff like that. It was really cool. It was made by Hello Games, the same people that ended up making what's the space game that keeps getting fixed over and over and over again?
Yeah, the guys who did Skydrive, Sky something.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy seeing them go from Joe Danger to such a big open thing,
Yeah. You ever go to the planet he was on? You find that planet in
I don't know. know. I wonder if there's like an Easter egg. There's got to be something in there referencing Joe Danger, right?
Part 2 got, well, it got an 8 on IGN. I don't see I didn't put Metacritic because I didn't see Metacritic in the Wikipedia page. I know Steam, I mean, that's just user reviews, but they gave it a 9 out of 10. So, hey, people like it. All right. So, what else we got here? We got Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition, because that was at the time the 20th anniversary of Kirby. So we're actually at the 30th anniversary of Kirby. And in this Dream Collection, let's see what games we got here. Look at this. We got Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Superstar, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. That's a pretty good collection for 20th anniversary. I mean, only games that didn't have is the
Crystal Shards would have been in there.
Yeah, I mean, for them to even have the Game Boy game, I mean, good on them. Good on them.
I think Dreamland 2 was like my favorite Kirby game up to that point.
But fuck Nintendo for what's this game that they got coming out, or is it out yet?
No, it's not out yet. It's coming out next year. The Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So basically a gussied up version of the Wii game coming at full price, Dominic.
Maybe the Wii game is called Return to Dreamland?
Yeah.
I don't remember that game for some reason. I just keep thinking Yarn.
Yeah, I didn't remember it either, because that's what I always thought of, is like that generation of games was always like the epic Yarns and stuff like that. I
feel like it's just like you said, they should just give this game again. Just give at least this game again, and with them extra Kirby games. And
why not give us the collection with this? Why not give that with the Yarn games? Like, why are you trying to? I mean, why money? But like the fact that they're going to get away with this, like Nintendo needs to stop being
full price.
With this, Dominic. It's
full
ridiculous.
Price. It's like, dude,
so ridiculous.
And then
this is a game that they could eventually effectively put on the virtual console. Like if you just made Wii games available as part of your online thing, they could just put it on there, basically untouched. Like
I just want to go. I just want to be in the office, of course, with a translator, and to tell me what are they like? What are they saying? Like, if somebody just brings the idea of doing that, like hey, how about we just bring some of the old games on virtual console and let them pay a monthly price for it? What is the reasoning for them not to do that?
They're like, but what if instead we piecemeal sold them these games at full price? What then?
Like they couldn't even go with the old Wii Shop way, which I mean, the Game Pass way. I mean, I think is better. Just that you don't have
obviously
but they didn't even go with that again. They just left that one, and that's another question. It's like, why we stop Wii Shop?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like they could have very much just been like, here's the Wii portion of the whatever it was called, the virtual console. It won't
be called Reshop, but why you stop the store?
The virtual console. Like, why didn't they keep that nomenclature? Like, why didn't they do that and then say, hey, here's the Wii games, here's the N64 games, here's the Super Nintendo games. Like, they're like, the worst of all worlds is what Nintendo always ends up doing.
Yeah, damn. It's got to be something, man. It's like I just want to understand, but they're not an American company, so we're never going to understand.
I mean, when it comes down to it, what's got to happen, Dominic, is you got to take Microsoft and you got to buy.
I don't know why can't somebody just get in there blackmailing for all the suicides they have and say you got to do this. It's like I know I'm speculating, but I think they were. All right, so where are we at here, Dan? We are at another huge release this week. Borderlands 2, released on the Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360. This was, and probably still is, I mean, I don't know about Tiny Tina, but this was the best Borderlands of all the ones that's released. Even people like it better than 3, because 3 was a little down. People were down on it. But Borderlands 2 was a big upgrade from 1. Better story. And one was the start. I mean, it was the very beginning of something big, and I did enjoy it. But it got old for me fast, and I saw that my friend was kind of upset because he was still playing it. But that was the time when because I was playing so many games. I envy him in a way that he gets a game. If he likes it, he'll just play it. You know, he won't keep looking for anything else. He'll just play that game. That's the game he's going to play. He's going to keep it. If he doesn't like it, he'll sell it. Well, me, I can like a game, but then I'll be done with it. Because I want to play other new games. I always move on, to something else, something new. It's where I rarely go back to the same game again, but he will, that's cool. That's what a lot of people are like. I mean, people game different ways, and that was the normal way I did too. Mainly because I didn't have money, so I stuck with that same game. But then when I was able to get money, there was still some games I was still early on. I was still like that because I always used to play. I beat Mass Effect 1 like a billion times, and then I play Gears. I used to play Gears a lot. I used to play Horde Mode all the time. So but and Borderlands 2 got that game, and he got it too. I don't know if we got it at the same time though, but we ended up playing that shit out of that game, and that game is great. I mean, it was so freaking fun going in, and then when they finally got that DLC with I forgot what her name is. She has a turret or something, or robot. She has a robot. I forgot her name, but that was she was easy. She made things way too easy, and that's why I loved her. So I definitely wanted to be her. I like Jack as Handsome Jack as the villain. He was pretty good. I like some of Borderlands comedy. I know some people find it cringe, and I can see that. But I'm okay with that kind of cringe. For me, I kind of accepted that style. I was like, that's what it is, and it's fine with me. That's the kind of world this is, and that's what kind of comedy they do here. And the shooting was pretty good. I mean, it's not as great as the best shooters, but it's good enough. I feel all right. Though I do hate trying to freaking manage all those fucking guns. But after a while, you get your set guns, and then you realize once you start getting the harder enemies, you okay, now I gotta find something new. But yeah, that game's fucking awesome. I mean, what you have? I'm trying to think. Let me see here. 91 average on Metacritic for PS3, but 89 Xbox 360, 89 PC. The lowest scores I see is Vita and VR. There's a VR one? I know there's a VR Borderlands 2. I know there's a VR something.
Yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
Yeah, I knew it was a VR something Borderlands. I didn't know it was 2. I thought it was something original or something. Yeah, I mean, it got a lot of good reviews, man. People really rave it. And I mean, people still its best. And its DLC was fucking awesome. That, and that's why Tiny Tina's got her own game. Because of that DLC. That was great. And the other ones were pretty alright too. I just don't remember them much because hers was the best one. And I haven't played them in so long. They got new classes. I know some people were upset because hey man, I got Chester's old classes, even though they really had no story. You just pick the character and that's it. But they got new characters, I should say. Classes are kind of the same, but there's new characters. But those characters from the first game, now they actually have a story. You see them, they talking and they're doing stuff. So that's where I really grow attached to them now. Because I actually know what they are. I kind of wish that your character would talk a lot too, but you don't. You're usually silent. You might see a little quips and stuff there. I think it wasn't until the pre-sequel where I realized Claptrap. I mean, I think all the characters who you played, they had a lot of voice. They had quite a few voice lines. More than so than I think in Borderlands 2. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games from the 360 era that I like, and I end up getting it again for the Xbox One. I want to say I bought it again because I don't think I got that for free. I think I got it for cheap. I think I got that for cheap. I mean, eventually I think we got it for free. But I think I bought it for cheap initially.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, before we started getting free games. So, the free Borderlands. But yeah, this is awesome, and I do want to play Tiny Tina one of these days. I'm really waiting for it to get a little cheaper. I mean, it actually got a sale. I think it was. I don't forgot where it was. It was some percent off, but not. It was a lot, but not a lot. Like I think it was still like 40 something, maybe, or something along those lines. So 40 or 50 something, I forget. But yeah, Borderlands, really get into that game. I know you never played it, have you? Yes, you did. You played a little bit with me.
Yeah, I played a little bit with you, but that was about the extent of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get you to play again.
It ruined me.
All right, so what else we have? We got F1 2012. So, you know, your F1 series, you got a car on the front. So if you're F1 guy, maybe that is a real driver. I have no idea. Hotel Transylvania had a game that came in on 3DS and NDS, Nintendo DS. I'm not even going to click on this. I feel like this is going to be talking about the series. All right, then not the game, but I'm going to say that's probably was the greatest Hotel Transylvania game ever. All right. So what we got here? I've never seen any of them. Have you seen any Hotel Transylvanias?
I have not.
Okay. Yep. So I'm not the only one. All right. So we got here we go. Jet Set Radio HD. PlayStation got the HD version of Jet Set Radio. People are big fans of that. I never got into it, and I really played it. Yeah. So I know you said you didn't like it. You said you didn't like it, right? Because you didn't like how it feels or something.
Yeah, it was basically one of those things where, like, seeing it from Dreamcast and stuff, I was always envious of it because it looked so cool. And then actually playing it when it eventually made it to the Xbox 360, I was like, this isn't for me.
And another HD game, Daniel. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD came out for the Windows. I mean, we already talked about it. I think it was on the console. So, and it was not reviewed pretty well. It was not pretty good. All right. Also, here's a big-ish one. Zuma's Revenge. I know people like these PopCat puzzle games. I never played this one, Zuma. Have you ever played Zuma?
I think I've played it a little bit, but it's basically the one where you have like a kind of a snake of different color things and you're shooting a ball into the line of things, trying to match the colors, basically.
Oh, okay. So is this a direct sequel? Or this is another version of Zuma?
That's a good question. I don't know.
But Zuma is angry, though. He did something in the first game.
Apparently, according to Wiki, let's see, as a sequel to the earlier 2003 Zuma game.
All right, so damn. Yes, that's sequel. 2003, Jesus, almost 10 years. All right.
Yeah.
So, also, already have that one. Okay. And that is it for 2012. So now we're going back to 20 years, 2002, and here we got another Disney Tarzan game, or this might be the same one, and I just accidentally went too far on my picking the games when it came out that week, because we already talked about this last week.
Or it might have came out like on a different console or something.
I mean, I don't know what the console was, the one I said before, because this is Game Boy Advance. I thought it was Game Boy Advance, but I don't know.
Maybe it was.
But here we go. Monsters Inc. Scream Arena is out. Now, what is this? Is this a fighting game or something? What do you mean by arena?
It's the original Smash Brothers clone.
It says, as seen in the movies, the Monsters Inc. need to... I don't want the plot. I want the gameplay. Okay, here we go. Each player is to throw balls at competing players. While doing this, each monster will react differently upon contact.
I was gonna say it does kind of look like a battle arena type thing, but
is it like dodgeball?
Meets dodgeball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. To knock off the opponent and fill the laughter canister with children's laughter first. Okay. All right. So that's what he's holding. He's holding like a ball, the dodgeball that's in this picture. Look like it's almost like it's photoshopped into already previous picture.
It probably is. It's probably just like regular Sully artwork, and then they're photoshopped in some. Actually, yeah, that's 100% just the regular artwork that's everywhere for that movie. And then they put a ball inside there. That is, wow. That is some high quality THQ artwork right there now. Good Lord.
All right. What we got here? We got Turbo Turtle Adventure, man. We got some fast turtles here. And they take me to Gendo Entertainment. I guess it's the guys who made the game. So I have no idea if this is a good game or not. I don't even know what kind of game it is. You'll go look it up.
My turtle's slow, Dominic.
Well, I'll skip this one while you looked it out for it because that's pretty important. Boulder Dash EX came out for the Game Boy Advance. It looks like an old game. It's just. I was
gonna say Boulder Dash sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know if this is like a new version or this is like some type of Nintendo version that's just doing it again. You know, like how they did. Oh yeah, they did do that. They did it with the Mario game. So yeah, maybe they did sport Boulder Dash back. Yeah, it was on a Game Boy.
Turbo Turtle, Dominic, is almost like a monkey ball-esque thing because the turtle is in his shell and he's rolling around the course.
Oh man, they're trying to get to that monkey ball money.
But it's like from the top down, so I don't know. I'm guessing you're controlling the turtle directly instead of like.
Is he racist like real turtles?
Do what?
Is he racist like real turtles? You didn't see that video?
Turtles
of like
racist?
Yeah, I mean, apparently they are because this dude, like, he put a black tape on his shoe, and the turtle just kept banging his head
see that video.
And then we took it off. He walked away nicely.
You might have sent me that video.
Yeah, I think I did. And then it was one
somewhere,
where he was walking past all the white shoes to go right to the black shoe and just bang his freaking head on it. I was like, oh my God, turtles are racist. The turtles were racist. And I didn't know.
No. They can't be racist. April O'Neil used to be black.
That was.
But then they made her white, so maybe they are racist.
Wasn't that when the comic book was black and white? They ain't know what the hell they were looking at.
They were colorblind.
Yeah. All right. So what else we have here? Here's a big one, a huge one. Even though we're not fans of it, but Animal Crossing came out on the GameCube, and this is like a huge game. I didn't know why. I mean, because for me, I said this before in the podcast, like as a young lad of like 17, 16, whatever. I just thought this game was really girly or something. I was like, oh, this ain't for me. This is for little babies and girls. And I was like, okay. But then I saw like reviews on Game Informer. People like this. Oh, I guess they're just trying to give some good scores for some girls to buy the game or something, or little babies. But then I started hearing people really like it when I got older. Like, hey, yeah, the Animal Crossing, man, this game's great and stuff. I was like, what the fuck is Animal? Let's say this looks stupid. And then I read about it. So, oh, it's like a Sims game. I was like, but they don't look good like the Sims. These Sims you can have like sex and stuff. I was like, you can't do that in this game. But but now I had a little more appreciation for it after playing some other games similar to it. I mean, I can see like, hey, yeah, you like just almost like the Tamagotchi things, you know, taking care of your guy. I mean, just the Sims. I mean, it's the Sims, but a nicer version of the Sims. Definitely, like I guess doing fishing, you're doing a little farming, and I don't know what you do. Something to mail? You can mail people stuff or something like that. So you do. I don't know what. Yeah. I mean, there's probably something fun to that. I just don't know because I don't play the game. But people seem to have a great time with this game, and this game has gone through every console since the GameCube has come to it. Every Nintendo console, and I mean, they just had one. What was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago when that one came out?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, it's probably 2 years ago. Yeah, I know it's
like
fairly
peak pandemic.
Yeah, it's definitely and I mean, people love this series. Yeah, and glad on them. I mean, glad people found something great with it, and it's become like one of the Nintendo staples. Even though I do not pick them when I'm playing Smash, I did not pick that character. Neither one, that one or was it the girl dog?
Oh yeah, the lady from the like mayor's office or whatever.
All right. So see, I used to think you was those characters, and you could choose to be human. I thought you were like outcast. I thought the furries were you, and now it's like, oh, you are the humans. Okay.
I mean, I don't even get to be a furry.
If you do, I just never seen it, man. It seems like every time I see a human, and then he's talking to the raccoon. Talk to the raccoon and the dog. And I think it's some other animal I saw. All right. So what else we have here? We got, here we go. This is a pretty big one. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Dissonance. All right. Did you play this one?
I believe I did, but I think this is on like the tail end of those Game Boy Advance ones. I think this is the third one. No, this is the second one because Aria of Sorrow for the second game.
Damn, the tail end. The Game Boy Advance has only been out for like how long?
Aria of Sorrow was the second one.
Come to this one.
What's that?
The Game Boy Advance only been out for a year since this came out.
Really?
2001, right? This is 2002.
Okay, so Aria of Sorrow came out in 2003. So, okay, that's the third one. All right, so Harmony of Distance was the second one. I'm trying to think of how far I would have gotten in this one in the original game. I don't remember. I might have played some on the emulator because I think I ended up actually buying like the double pack that came out with Aria of Sorrow later.
Okay.
Because I had that's what it was, I think. Because Circle of the Moon was really cool, but it was a shitty experience playing that on the original Game Boy Advance before they had lit screens. Because that game was so dark, it was very hard to play. So I don't think I got back into playing the Castlevanias on the Game Boy until like the SP came out.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I never played them, but I do like. That's like I like the Castlevania games, but I never really play them. But I do.
I mean, they're definitely top tier Metroidvania games. I mean, these ones for the Game Boy Advance were right up there, and then also some of the ones with the DS.
I did borrow one from you, but I don't remember which one it was. It probably was the latest Game Boy Advance one. I think I borrowed from you because I borrowed one because I had. That's when I had the Game Shark for the Game Boy Advance or Action Replay, whatever, and I cheated and beat that game.
Yeah, it might have been like the double pack that you borrowed or something.
Oh, maybe it was. So maybe I did try this one. I just don't remember. All right.
Yeah.
So what we got here? We got Colin and Ray Rally 2.0 came on Game Boy Advance. NHL 2003. I mentioned this before, but now it's on the PS2. Yeah. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. We got a Pro Surfer game, people. We got it done by the Pro Skater guys. Did Kelly Slater, and that probably was the only one. I don't know if they went to another two.
I think that the cover makes me think. You
get eaten by sharks in this, man. You gotta have that.
I don't know if there were even sharks in there. I mean, you would think there had to be, right?
Yeah. But at least like you gotta avoid the shark. You gotta jump the shark. You know, come on. All right, Gungrave came out for the PS2, and I feel like
anime, I presume.
I think so.
Looks like it. Looks anime-ish.
I feel like we heard. Are they doing a remake or something of this or something? I feel like there was. I heard this title recently, or maybe I mentioned.
It's apparently a Gungrave VR. Maybe you've seen that somewhere.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Oh, it's Deja Vu. Maybe it's Deja Vu. I don't know. That means Mr. Smith somewhere. All right. So it got 65 on Metacritic. I didn't even look at the Kelly Slater, but I think it got a lot of bad. I remember that having bad scores, so I'm not even going to embarrass that game like that. But that game, Gungrave got like 65. That great scores.
There's a Gungrave coming out this year. Gungrave.
So that's what I heard it. Yes. There we go.
November 22nd of 2022.
All right, so now we got the Terminator Dawn of Fate, and this is like an original one. This is not based on any movie or anything. And I'm going to say it was sucky. Yes, it was. It got a 58.
I'm going to say it still had a better story than most of those Terminators.
And 53 Metacritic on Xbox. All right. So we got, this is pretty huge. Crash Bandicoot Wrath of the Cortex came out.
Yeah.
I want to say this is probably the first one since it left PlayStation. Let me see. I mean, the first big one anyway, not counting any Game Boy Advance stuff. All right, the game is the fourth main installment and the sixth overall in the Crash Bandicoot video series. Yes, there we go. It is. Yeah, I remember. I think my friend got this on his Xbox or something because he's like, "Yeah, I finally got Crash," but because he didn't really know that these ain't the same developers or anything. But I don't remember how he said he felt about it. All right, so look at that, Mark Cerny, man, Mark Cerny out there, that picture. All right. So what else we have here? We got Dynasty Tactics came out for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, this is the first Dynasty Warriors games, like in tactics form. And that series went for a while. I don't really see it anymore though. I haven't seen it in a while. So I don't know where they're going with that one. Also we got Taz Wanted, NASCAR Thunder 2003. And I'm trying to run through this because we are going very long. Quantum Redshift came out for Xbox. That's a game. I don't know what it is, but go look it up.
It's like Wipeout or F-Zero kind of thing.
Also, well, I'm gonna go back to 2002. But right now, I'm gonna go to 1992. We're going back 30 years. Japan got to have Super Mario Brothers 2, the US version, Nintendo
the
version.
real one.
Yeah, yeah. So not the Doki Doki Woki Woki, whatever it was. But now, so they got to play this because they sold very well here, but doesn't mean it sold very well. But I was like, come on, it's Nintendo. I mean, it's Super Mario. We thought it was getting like a real Super Mario game, but it was. I mean, people like the game. I can't say I really like it. I never played it really. I mean, I played it a lot when I was younger, but I never got past the first stage. I just used to like falling down the beginning, and that because after that, open that door, I was like, oh, I'm going to die soon. And then I have to use another character. I have to use Peach, and then I have to use Toad, and then I have to use Luigi, and then that's just how it works. And I never really went back to it, even I had a chance to. Like, I just never went back to try it again. I mean, maybe one day I will. But yeah, I mean, I always want to see like, hey, what's past stage 2? Because I honestly never watched any. I think I watched games done quick on it, but I can't remember what the hell what was on stage 2. But how do you feel about that game?
I think I was very similar to you when I was younger. I had basically no idea what I was supposed to do, like getting to Birdo and then just like not understanding. I couldn't jump on her head and hurt her. So I,
exactly.
Always got stuck there. And I think at one point I somehow like got on her egg and then like warped through the bird head to get to the next level. So I always thought that was how you did it. And like constantly tried to do that, and it just never worked for me. Eventually, I think it was probably not until those games re-released on like the Game Boy Advance that I like understood what I was supposed to do, like pick up the egg and throw it at her. And then even then, I probably got to like the second world is the one where you pick up the key and then that half like moon face chases after you. And it was like, okay, I'm pretty much done here. I've gotten further than that. I might have actually beaten that game on the Game Boy Advance, but it's definitely not one that's like, I'm going to go back to nostalgic. I do go back to it nostalgically a little bit, but not in the same way of like a Super Mario World where it's like, oh man, this game is incredible. It's just like, oh yeah, this is a Mario game. They did some weird stuff in it. All
right. So now we're going back to 2002. Using up that gas, that time machine gas. So now there's a huge game that came out. I mean, this is big fans of this game everywhere. I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan of this one. I don't like the sequels, except for I did like 2. That's where they start fucking up. Kingdom Hearts came out for PlayStation 2. I mean, I was waiting for this game. When I first heard about this game, it's probably a year ago. From then, probably like 2001, maybe 2000. I can't remember. But when I first heard about it, like I read about it, like first was rumors like, hey, Square Enix doing something with Disney. I do not listen to rumors because a lot of those rumors were always wrong. So I just didn't care. So first I didn't care. I was like, oh, it's gonna probably be some kiddie game or something. If it is anything with Disney, ain't gonna be no found. Gonna be no cloud with Mickey or something. What are you, idiots? But then when they finally showed it, show a little bit of clip, like a little picture of Sora, and then like saw Mickey, not Mickey, but Donald and Goofy. I was like, "Are you freaking serious?" And I was like, "Darn!" And then I learned like I looked at Sora. I was like, "Is he like from an old Final Fantasy or something?" And then I saw like, "Oh, he's an original character." And they say, "Oh, they're gonna have other characters in this and stuff like that." Then after that, bit by bit, more news. And I saw like, oh my God, this game is coming. And then they're on the demo discs. See, back then you got these demo discs and magazines, and I had the PlayStation magazine. And sometimes in the demo discs, there weren't just demos of games. There would be videos of games, like trailers or making of. So they had the making of stuff of Kingdom Hearts. It was like a part 1 and part 2. And I remember like, oh my God, I watched those, I watched those demo discs a shitload. I mean, I was looking that thing almost like at least once a week. I was look at it because I was like, oh my God, I want this
with
game.
The Banjo-Kazooie VHS that came with my Nintendo Power.
Yeah, I used to do that when N64, when they had like one for Mario 64. I used to watch that tape like a lot too. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for this game. I said, wow, they're gonna have all these characters. They're gonna have Aladdin. They're gonna have freaking freaking Tarzan. They're gonna have all these freaking characters. Little Mermaid. I said, goodness gracious, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then, man, finally getting the game. I remember I got that game because I had a job then, so I had to buy it with my own money. And like, this is crazy that I was playing between this and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Like, this is like, I was just, man, cutting school was always a great day. It was a great day to cut school because while people were cutting school just to like fuck the girlfriends, I was cutting school to play my Kingdom Hearts and play some Vice City. Yeah, man. I mean, this is like, it was such a golden time. Like, I'll play some Kingdom Hearts and like, that's enough. Now I'm gonna play some Vice City. You say, now I'm gonna play some Vice City and kill some hookers. And then I go over and play Kingdom Hearts. Nice, lovable Disney characters, But it's like, oh my God, I can't believe they incorporated the story. And that's like, oh, it's all this voice acting, the animation, the graphics look good, animation look good. I like the combat at the time. I mean, the only problem, like the camera stuff, but I didn't care. I mean, I play all these other games with bad camera and shit. It was like, oh, this is so great. And the story I thought was really deep at the time. But I didn't, I was still young, still had a stupid brain. It was still developing. It was learning though. It was learning. But yeah, I mean, this was so like huge for me. Like, this is like probably one of my favorite games for that year. Probably like next to Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Like, I really love that game. It's like, I can't. And then I cannot wait for 2. Like, when I heard it was like I couldn't get the good ending until I got the cheats. Because I found if I got the cheats, then I could get the good ending because I played it on hard, super expert mode. And then I saw like a little clip. People say, "Oh, that's gonna be 2." Like all these people in hoods. I'm like, "Oh my God, this shit's gonna be dark." Not realizing like that's just a trailer. It's not gonna be totally dark. I mean, even though it has some dark elements, but it's not. Because I think my friend had the game too, but he was actually good at fucking games because he was playing it on hard, and I don't know if he actually beat Sephiroth though. Because man, that was just ridiculous. That was just ridiculous how hard that man was. Like it was like, because first I think I was doing no damage, and thing is, you were doing damage, just that his health bar is so long that they didn't. I guess they couldn't have another color to go down. So you're on purple for the longest, and then it started going down, and then I was like, oh, so I am doing damage. But yeah, to have all that content and hire all those voice actors. Some of the voice actors were the original. They had James Woods came back. Danny DeVito. Actually, I don't know if Danny DeVito did. I think it was the Danny DeVito sounded like that was on a cartoon. Iago, I think he was him because he ain't doing nothing else.
He was doing Geico ads back then still. Or did he get canceled by then?
I mean, there was other people that was there too. It wasn't Robin Williams, unfortunately. I think it might have been Homer. It might have been Homer. He was doing it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was cool. And then I was all big. It's like, oh, look, it's Haley Joel Osment. He's Sword. He's the guy who was in Sixth Sense. That's a famous guy. And then, oh, that girl, she was in that Beat the Titans movie. And Kyrie. And then Hayden Pennison, or whatever her name is. And then it was like, and then Riku was, oh, it's that guy from Seventh Heaven. It's that dude from Seventh Heaven. I know him. I thought that was really huge that they got those guys. Well, at the time it was. Yeah.
It really was at the time, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, they really went out on this game. I was like, man, this is going to be huge. And then after that, I was pissed off the Game Boy Advance shit because they came out on the console I didn't have. But then I wasn't really mad because when I looked and it saw like it looks the same just in the Game Boy Advance form, the game just in its cards, I was like, oh, there's probably no story to this. It's probably just the same damn story, just in car form. See, I didn't know it was actually a little bit of a different story in there. I didn't know that until I played 2. I went and played 2. And then I was like, who's these people? And then I read somewhere, oh, you see, on the Game Boy Advance. I said, what? Are you fucking serious? And a lot of people were like that, though. A lot of people that play the Game Boy Advance one. A lot of people were like, why are we playing as this dude we don't know for like an hour or 2? Like at the start of the game. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. All right. So that is it for the Flashback Segment. So now we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. And then we get to the gaming news. What we got, Dad?
All right, Dominic. So basically, it was almost like E3 comes in September this year because we got a lot of...
Back to school special.
The back to school specials, apparently. We had a Ubisoft Forward, a Nintendo Direct, a Sony conference, a State of Play on the same day. And then we've also had TGS going on, so we got some stuff from Microsoft out of that. So we're going to kick this bad boy off with the Ubisoft Forward. That started out with Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Basically, they showed off more gameplay from that game, as well as there's going to be some DLC that includes Rayman, Dominic.
I keep forgetting about that game, but then I keep remembering when they show it at the Nintendo.
That's why
stuff.
they keep showing it. Yeah. That's why they keep showing it, Dominic, because you keep forgetting about it. And they're like, we got to remind people that this game's still coming. And that's coming out soon. That's coming out in October, so... It looks all right. That first game's good, so we'll see how that goes. Rayman's in there. That's cool.
So Rayman, Rayman being in there, that is good because I felt like he should have been there.
Yeah, I mean that is the Ubisoft mascot that they forget about all the time.
And he didn't do nothing wrong like his creator, so that's okay.
All right, next up, they showed off some Brawlhalla. That's getting 2 new characters, Simon Belmont and Alucard from Castlevania. That's coming out October 19th.
Now, is this Simon Belmont from the Netflix show? Or Alucard from the Netflix show?
Think so.
Oh, man.
They look more like the video game ones. I mean, especially Simon. He's got like the old school like brown leather armor.
So I'm not getting the bisexual Alucard.
I mean, he does not look bisexual enough.
Nah.
All right, Dominic. Ubisoft also talked about their partnership with Netflix. We're getting an Assassin's Creed TV show at some point, but they're also doing some exclusive games. I know they've done that with most recently it was the game from the FTL developer, actually, and I'm blanking on the name all of a sudden because that's just how today's going. I forgot the name
too, man. I was going to say Cuphead, but I was like, that's a TV show.
But Valiant Hearts 2 they announced, and they're going to make exclusive to Netflix subscribers. So as a Netflix subscriber that probably should cancel his Netflix, that's kind of cool because that gives me a reason to have the thing that I'm already paying for.
How does this work? Like, how do you hook your controller up?
Yeah, I mean, you can use Bluetooth controllers on your phones.
Oh, you got to play on your phone.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a web browser version of this stuff or not because... Again, I keep forgetting the name of that damn game, but with that, it's just basically like you sign in, you download the game, you sign into your Netflix account, and then you can play it. Yeah,
because the way they did Minecraft was just like you use a remote, is because all you do is pick, you choose what you say, and then it's easy to move.
And theoretically, you could do that with like a Valiant Hearts. It wasn't that interactive.
I forgot exactly what we did. Did we kill people in there?
I know it was mostly like puzzle solving stuff. It was side scrolling 2D and you're just kind of moving around the environment, reading kind of factual stuff about the
World War
War
One
and whatnot.
The Great War.
I wonder if like a Valiant Hearts 2 is like World War II or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh no, and the guy he came back to life after his execution.
Spoilers. Everyone's dead from Valiant Hearts. Yeah, so we should be seeing that sometime in January of 2023. They showed some more Skull and Bones. That's still coming out November 8th. That doesn't look particularly interesting to me. Still,
really?
Just ship combat.
That's all they show. Okay, they show ship combat, but like, what you doing?
I mean, that's basically it. Is like you take Assassin's Creed ship combat and you make that into a game, and that's it.
So you can't you want to make sure your men don't get scurvy and get some oranges or something like that.
Yeah, you get oranges. Yeah, I mean, resource management. Yes, you got to make sure you have enough oranges on your ship. All right, hold on a second. My throat is starting to dry out here. All right. After that, they talked about Trackmania. That latest version has been PC exclusive up till now. That is going to be coming out in the future to consoles.
That's a game
with cross-play and cross-progression.
It's a game that looks so cool and fun. But when I finally play it, I'll just go off the fucking course.
It's definitely wild.
And so I never can play it to how cool it looks. So one time I was like, man, I gotta play this game. I finally got to say, oh yeah, zoom, went off the course, man. I was like, god damn.
There's some crazy tracks in that stuff because they like looping and swirling, and
I mean,
you have to land them in the
GTA
exact right
be like
way.
that too, but I don't know. It just feel like it's more weight to the car at least. I mean, I ain't saying it's great. It's a damn sure ain't great, but. I mean, it's fun. It's still fun when you're playing a whole bunch of people and your friends and shit. Well, you're playing with your whole bunch of friends. It's fun. But, yeah, if there was like a serious mission I had to do something like that in GTA, those crazy tracks, fuck, man. I would just quit.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Dominic. Return of the King. Just Dance 2023 edition is back. This time it's got multiplayer online, so you can dance with your friends online. And I think we've talked about it in the past, but I always forget and wonder how you can play this game like on an Xbox. It uses a phone app, so that's how that works.
That's how. So you have to have a phone.
Yep.
Oh,
I think that is it. You can't even use a controller because it's all based on motion.
Yeah,
but that is exclusive to the next gen consoles this time. This is a PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch only.
So you can get those phone, like when you exercise, you can get those bands to use to put on you. That's really how you do it.
Well, I mean, you have to hold it in your hand because it's
it has
basically
to be the hand?
tracking your hand. Yeah. Because that's what always got me is even with the Switch or with the Wii, it's tracking one hand. Meanwhile, it's telling you to cross your legs and stuff. It always seemed like a silly concept to me, but I think it's really just about the fun of it. It's not really about taking anything too seriously.
No, I want to take it seriously. I want the competitions. I want it to be like an esport.
There you go. I'm sure you can find that somewhere. All right, next up was Rainbow Six Mobile. That's getting a closed beta on September 12th. So, if you're into mobile games, it's 5 versus 5, crossplay, stuff like that.
Well, I'm not really into Rainbow Six games. Maybe this will be the one I'll be into because it's on mobile.
Could be. All right, next up was... They also had a Division Resurgence. That's a mobile game as well. And then they also talked about The Division Heartland, which is their free-to-play survival action.
Was it in Nebraska or something?
Yeah,
Kansas?
It's something like that.
Oh, okay.
The Division Heartland, yes, that does take place in middle America. You're basically protecting this small rural town in the middle of America. I don't think they specify.
Smallville.
Because,
it's
Smallville, yes. As it turns out, they don't actually need help because they've got their own superhero there.
Oh, no, he's in Metropolis now.
Yeah, that's true. He did, yeah. Somebody's got to protect his parents. Yeah, got to protect his parents with some guns.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Dominic, Riders Republic. It's still alive and kicking. They are on their 4th season beginning on September 14th.
And I missed it. I missed the free weekend they had. I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I was like, damn. And it was only hours left in the Sunday. And I was like, I'm not down with this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's adding BMX bikes for the 4th season. So that's still going. Also still going, The Crew 2, Dominic. They're on season 6, episode 2.
The Crew.
Dominion Frozen.
And they do episodes. Not just seasons. God darn.
Episodes. So this adds ice tracks finally, apparently. So that is.
Please say some For Honor is still going.
No, unfortunately, I did not see anything for Honor, sadly. But next up, Dominic, we've got Assassin's Creed, and boy howdy, they might be going overkill here. So we talked previously about like the rumors. Actually, I think we talked about the official announcement of Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was basically like, yes, this does exist because so many leaks. They just acknowledged that was correct. And that's the one that takes place in Baghdad, starring.
Oh, now I get the Mirage
because
of the desert, and you're too hot and you seeing things.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So they've got that one that's supposed to be more like a original traditional Assassin's Creed, more focused on stealth and kind of missions than open worldness.
That's good.
You also have the last DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla called The Last Chapter. That's supposed to finish up, I guess, whatever story is happening there.
So that runtime for that game's got to be like 140 hours or something like that.
Minimum. Yeah, absolutely. But then in addition to that, they have projects Assassin's Creed Jade and Red. Jade is a mobile game. Ubisoft is going hard into these mobile games, possibly because China owns them now.
Jade?
But this one takes place in China.
There was a Jade. Oh, the lady who was like one of the directors or
yes,
whatever?
Jade Raymond.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep. Finally coming full circle here, Dominic. But this one's going to take place in China. 215 BC, and then they're also doing Assassin's Creed Red, which is going to take place in feudal Japan.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like finally. The red freaking Soviet Union.
Yep. Yes.
You're talking about like the rising sun, red sun.
Yes. Yep. So that's going to be cool. I know a lot of people have wanted Assassin's Creed to go into like ninjas and samurais and stuff for a long time. But we'll see. They'll finally do that. It sounds like that is part of the the Assassin's Creed Infinity kind of thing, because Infinity is not a game, but it's basically a platform for their next Assassin's Creed titles. So you have that one announced, but you also have Assassin's Creed Hex announced, which is the one I mentioned last week that there were rumors of, where it's like basically the witch hunts, trials of like Catholic Middle Europe, like kind of Germanic era Germany and stuff like that. They didn't have like a trailer for it or anything. It was literally just like a teaser trailer of very Blair Witchy, like hanging wood Assassin's Creed symbol held together by twine in the forest. So like they didn't show anything as to what would be witchy about it, but it seems like it could be a cool setting. But yeah, that's a lot of Assassin's Creed games though, Dominic.
And I also heard that they're going to do away with a Kotaku article, which I just read the headline and then click on it. Like that's how you should read articles, people. You just read the headlines. You don't need to click on it and get the context. It said that they are doing away with all the outer anime stuff. Like it's just going to be that, like whatever they're in.
Honestly, that's probably for the best, because like everything past the point where they spoilers killed off Desmond.
Yeah,
it feels like it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think they try to make it matter, but because I didn't play those other games with that woman, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really invested with her, and they were doing something good, and I don't know what the hell they were thinking with just killing off Desmond like that. Like it was just so seems odd. It was just so weird. It's like it felt like you were going somewhere with this, man, and y'all just stopped. I mean, y'all stopped and tried to do something else, and it was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. It's like, first off, you ruined that storyline because it felt like it was good, and then you kind of ruined it with the end. And then with him killing whatchamacallit, it felt so. It didn't feel right. And it felt like, oh no, she was a spy with the group. And I was like,
right, Veronica Mars.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I mean, it felt like it should have been more to this. You just stabbing her. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, they really They really screwed the pooch, as y'all people say, with that with that story outside. And I mean, I actually do like the interest of their outside stuff. If they made it more interesting,
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know what they did in Valhalla. Maybe they did something.
The
there?
problem with those games is that you're in the world for a whole lot longer than those previous Desmond games that you forget. I forget. 'Cause I see something happen, I say, oh shit, that's right. I am actually playing this woman who's playing him. Or her, or depending, because now you pick what your character is. Which, see, that sort of ruined it too. I mean, it's cool. It's cool one thing, you get to pay the sex you play. I get it. But I feel like if you want a good story, just pick. I don't care if I pay a woman. I don't give a shit. And most people don't. They'll say something, but, game still sells as good as to play a woman, because it doesn't matter. But
I mean, that's what everybody was saying about Odyssey anyway, is like he plays the woman because she is the better voice actor or whatever.
And I just want to be one of them.
I mean, if you're wanting to actually tell a very specific story, then you have to choose to be a very specific character, right?
Yeah.
And that's important. And that's kind of what I hope this like witchcraft one is, because I hope they like make you play as a woman who is being like accused of
what's it gonna be?
Witchery or something.
We're gonna cruise him as a warlock. Cause I ain't really hear that a whole lot.
There were 80,000 people prosecuted, Dominic. You don't think 10 of them were men?
Yo, I'm sure they were, but come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Some other news that kind of came out around this Ubisoft stuff was that it sounds like they're going to be embracing, going forward for their AAA titles, the $70 price tag that Sony has kind of introduced.
That's good. That's good for them. That's so great.
Sure.
Yeah. Embrace it. Everybody should embrace it.
Good for them, bad for the rest of us.
Why not 80? I say you go up to 90. Just go ahead.
Dominic, you say that, and I think jokingly, but like the amount of articles and like think pieces that were going around about how like video games were not enough is just like, ugh, God, I hate it.
Shit, I wish they'd go back. Well, then, everybody should just make fucking Super Nintendo games. Damn it. Just make those games.
Yep. You'd have prices all over the place for those things. All right. Next up, Dominic, was the Nintendo Direct. This kicked off with Fire Emblem Engage.
There we go.
Coming out January 20th of 2023. Yep.
I get to see Marth again.
Yes, you do.
I knew who the hell he was before Smash.
Maybe gets to be in a relationship.
I knew. I saw him in Smash. I was like, oh my God, that's Marth. Oh, Fire Emblem.
Sure. Of course. Yep. It wasn't like, oh my God, here's Fire Emblem. That's Marth from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a sad. I say, oh, they actually made some characters in Smash Brothers. That's nice.
And then they gave us Roy, and then they gave us more.
Then they got
Fire Emblem.
Blythe or Blelth or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Barf.
Yeah.
Yep. But so this is a traditional Fire Emblem game, but it sounds like the focus is going to be like on you creating relationships and being romantic and whatnot.
Oh, actually real romance, and not that fake romance like in the other ones. Shit.
I mean,
pissed me off. I was like, where's the sex scenes at? Where's the sex? I was joking.
What's that?
I was like, where the sex scenes at? But anyway, I was thinking.
I don't think they're going to be in this stuff.
No, because they had some relationship stuff in the one I played on the 3DS. And it went somewhat nice, but it didn't really go too deep. And I think they have it in the other one too, but not too deep. And even in the one I'm playing now, it's like you go on these expeditions, which are like dates, but you can take anybody on a date.
Oh, okay. You
can take anybody. You can take a man. It can be a man.
How progressive.
Or a woman. I mean, because you pick if you're a man or a woman. Yeah, I know. Right. It really is. But, and actually, because I did one with somebody, because I was curious. It's like, is this just like just dudes hanging out, or is it like a date thing? And then it seemed like it was just dudes hanging out at first, but then the way the guy was talking, it was like insinuating something. But my character was like, oh, wait a minute. Say, what do you mean by that? So my character wasn't for that. I didn't choose these lines. This was like lines they had in the game.
Shit.
So I was like,
said it was like, you want to be progressive, huh? Get the fuck out of here.
Now I'm wondering
Good
if
Lord.
it's if you're a woman, because if you pick the female character, what would they say to the women characters? I'm curious. Or would it be the same lines with the men? They say like, "Hey, I don't want to be with you. I don't have." Well, he didn't say that. He didn't even say it. He was just saying he was confused on that. It seemed like he was confused. Not saying he didn't like it, but I guess they leave it open to that point. They say we can't go. We're too scared to go cross that line yet. We ain't going to cross that line.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So that looks cool.
Yeah.
And
Morpheus are like supposedly a staple in there. So people who are Fire Emblem fans, I hope they like that.
Yeah. He seems like, I don't know if you're playing as Marth or if like the character that you're playing as is like spiritually connected or something.
Yeah, I think they did the fusion dance that they're doing on Dragon Ball Z and got together.
Yes, exactly. All right, next up, Dominic, was It Takes Two. That game of the year from Jeff Keighley's Game Awards is now coming to the Switch in November on the 4th, so that's cool. And that's going to have local 2-player or split between 2 Switches, and I think you only need one game code to do that, so that's cool.
Awesome.
All right, after that was Fatal Frame.
Didn't they do that already?
Sorry.
Did they already do that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think that, because they've been doing that since they did the prison escape one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very smart of them. You know, if you're going to have your friend, I mean, especially on the Switch, it's really just like, okay, I could play like 2 people on this small screen, or of course on the TV, or I could just let you play on your Switch if you also have one, and then that way we each have our own individual screens. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's a smart idea for them for these types of games. After that, Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, that's coming out early 2023.
Oh, this game's always freaking
Scary
out.
photograph games.
Like pale Japanese woman and ghost stuff, it just freaks me the shit out, man. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. All right. Next up was Xenoblade Chronicles. That's getting DLC. There's a new lady in there. She's got a robot body.
Yeah.
There's challenge battles. And then there's also swimwear coming, Dominic, because, you know,
I wanted the robot lady got swimwear, because that would make a whole lot of sense.
We can only hope. Dominic.
I mean, she has no parts. What the fuck was she?
She doesn't have to cover anything then. Beautiful. You love to see it. All right, next up was SpongeBob, the Cosmic Shake. That's coming out sometime in 2023.
Those Japanese animes, they always do that. They always have swimwear, and you just fighting in a bikini. I mean, it's just or
you know, swim trunks. You know,
nobody cares. Daniel, nobody cares about the swim trunks. Daniel, nobody cares about the swim trunks. I'm just wondering, even with the gay man, I'm like, you know, you got it. I'm like, do you like the swim trunks, or do you want them to wear, you know, Speedos?
I want him to wear the ones that what's his name, James Bond wore.
Oh yeah, that really shows off your junk.
Yeah. In the Casino Royale.
Yeah, but I don't think the Japanese people don't do that.
The old basketball short style ones.
They don't do that. They don't do nothing with that. They just have the ladies. Like I said, in the game really I have, the girls each have at least 2 swimwear, or 3. It all depends. I mean, it's a special character or something. The boys, they have 1 swim trunks.
So disappointing. Can I at least change the color of them?
And actually, they might have 2, because it's like 2 versions. But the girls always have more. Always have more. And they're always showing a little butt crack, and it's just so weird. It's
just a tasteful hint of butt crack. It's fine. All right, Dominic. SpongeBob, just mentioned that, but it's a SpongeBob game.
It's a new platformer. Totally new one, not a remake of one.
This is a totally new one, yeah.
Oh, this is crazy.
Cosmic Shake.
And it's got voice acting, all the voice actors and stuff like that?
It's got voice acting. I don't know if it's all the original voice actors, but I feel like they can get those guys.
I wonder if it actually will be a good game.
Here's the hoping. You know, some people might say like that Bikini Bottom one or whatever it was.
Oh, they don't count. They're just SpongeBob.
They're just children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they were children when they played it. See, but SpongeBob came in at later years for us. Even though we got people our age who do like SpongeBob a lot. But my last Nickelodeon thing was Rugrats.
Yeah,
like the big thing. You know, the big huge thing was Rugrats. That was my last thing. All right. So
all right,
what we got?
Next up, Dominic, fitness boxing, Fist of the North Star.
I
Fitness
saw
of
that.
the North Star, if you will. That's coming out March 2023. So if you're into anime, Fist of the North Star, and working out, you can check that game out.
Yeah. I didn't see you can box any woman in there. I'm sure they are, but I didn't see it in the preview. In the trailer.
Like, yeah, you they punch plenty of women in Fist of the North Star, right?
They got to, man. I mean, and all those animes.
It just feels like one of those animes where they would be doing that.
That's one that I give Japanese. They are equal opportunity to get your ass whipped.
Yes, they are. Maybe a little too much sometimes. All right. Next up was Oddballers. This game kind of reminds me of like a Gang Beasts. It's kind of an isometric top-down multiplayer thing, but it sounds like it's got different mini games in there. It's not just like a fighting thing.
Old adult cartoon Oddballs or something. Or the odd.
No, it's not.
Not Oddballs. I forgot what they called odd. At least what it's like.
Oblongs.
Yeah, oblongs. Yes, oblongs.
Yeah, the ones where they're like mutants because they live down the river from the chemical plant or whatever.
Yeah,
I like that cartoon.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was good stuff.
I like the woman who had no hair.
Did she have like one boob too?
That was a different.
That was a
friend. That was a friend, right? Or the daughter, or the friend. No, I forget. What it was. I think it was a friend. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like the one with one boob too. Yeah, I like that. Like that.
All right, Dominic. Next up, Tunic is coming to the Switch on September 22nd. So we're like a week away from that. So that's cool. That game's all right. Maybe check it out on the Switch.
Jesus, I forget that it didn't come on the Switch yet.
Yeah. Yep. Finally making its way there.
That's on my sister's birthday. Yeah, my sister's birthday.
Nice. You should get it for her.
No, it's not nice because I ain't got no money to give her a gift.
Tell her, just make her a handwritten card with some macaroni on it.
That's too much work. And I always
pay one of the neighborhood kids like 50 cents. All right. Next up, Dominic, Front Mission first and second remakes. First is coming out in November, and what's that?
Because I got confused with another game. We were just talking about this game. It's so weird. Last week, Front Mission.
Yeah. I want to say Full Metal Alchemist, but it's not Full Metal Alchemist.
The game I got confused with?
The robot one.
Yeah, it's another robot. Yeah, a robot. Yeah. I forgot what it was.
Frontline.
Yeah, Frontline. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Maybe. Mech Assault?
No, it wasn't Frontline, because Frontline is actually humans. But it wasn't Mech Assault. It was another Japanese type of robot game. I forget what it is, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's happening.
That's cool.
The second
yeah,
is coming
Front Mission, because that's a game I would like to play that now. Like, I didn't really care about it then, but I would like to play that now.
Yeah. All right, next up was Story of Seasons, It's a Wonderful Life. Some people may be familiar with this game because it used to be Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life for the GameCube. This is coming out summer 2023. So yeah, if you like that GameCube game, you can play it again here. Probably not that improved.
Or keep playing Animal Crossing.
Exactly. Or one of the many other farming sims we're going to talk about in a minute.
Spoiler.
They also talked about Splatoon 3. The new Splatfest is going to be, what would you bring to a deserted island? Would you bring gear? Would you bring grub? Or would you bring fun?
They give you 3 choices?
3 choices, Dominic.
Or bring fun. Man, what the hell kind of shit is this? What's fun?
I would bring rescue.
Fun is freaking... It's ambiguous. Like, what's fun? I mean,
not starving to death. What's fun to you?
You say, I'm bringing fun. What's fun for you? Rape. And then I was like, oh no.
Oh my God. Oh no. Not in the Splatfest, Dominic.
Well, they just said fun. Your fun could be anything.
Yes, we have seen House of Dragons. We know what's fun to them.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Like, they could be doing talk about some sex stuff. It's like, oh, I ain't into that. That ain't fun for me.
They definitely need to go back to the ketchup and mustard
and gear
arguments.
Or grub. Oh, wait a minute. This fun can include food? Because that's going to be, it's fun eating real food.
It's fun eating people as food. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a weird Splatfest.
It's fun able to make a boat so we can sail away.
Exactly.
What the hell? That's a stupid Splatfest thing.
It's a bad Splatfest.
It's a bad one. I need somebody
They did
to
not
complain
nail
of
this one.
Good God. What the Japanese people got? What's their Splatfest? I wonder.
Because they're already on a deserted island. It's called Japan.
No, I mean, like, because they usually get different topics than where we get.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. After that, Dominic, was Octopath Traveler 2. That's coming out in February on the 24th in 2023.
Darn, it's crazy because we feel like we just got that other game that looked like Octopath Traveler. What's it called? Triangle.
Project Triangle Strategy or whatever. That one.
Wait a minute, and that was the final title, right? Because that was sounding like that was the working title when I first heard it.
I think it ended up being Triangle
Triforce.
Strategy, not Project Triangle Strategy. So yeah, they really workshopped that one and figured out what it was. All right, Dominic. Excuse me. All right, the next farming simulator we got here, Fae Farm. That's coming out in spring 2023.
Like, did they think about this when they did this thing? Like, you say, you know, we got quite a...
They were like, people are going to love this shit, Dominic.
People love farming. But I was like, yeah, but you're not people ain't going, you're going to put them all on this one direct. It is like, okay, who's going to sell? Who's going to die? Somebody's got to die. Or all of you die. Because maybe people be like, oh,
probably all of them. Honestly, I think out of all of them, this one looked the best. Like it felt the most like a Harvest Moon game, despite the fact that one of them is literally a Harvest Moon game. But it felt the most. It felt like a pretty 3D version of Stardew. It felt closer to that than some of these other ones. I mean,
go ahead.
I was going to say, to the one's credit, like, it does seem like it's more than just a farming simulator thing. It seems like there's, like, role-playing RPG elements and stuff. I think that's the Square Enix one. But, like, yeah, it's just, why did we need all of this in this one direct, Nintendo? What are you doing?
Yeah, and I felt like we saw something. No, that was Pack. That was Overpack in that Xbox thing, because I'd say that was a farming thing, but no, that's something different.
All right, next up, Dominic, Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. That is the Final Fantasy music game that is coming with 385 songs on February 16th, as well as 2-player local multiplayer and 4-player online. And if you buy the digital deluxe one, you get 442 songs, or the premier digital deluxe, you get 502 songs, because that includes all of the DLC season pass stuff that will be coming in the future.
I do like the instrumental stuff of Final Fantasy. Not so much as the voice one. Some of them are pretty good. It's just that I don't understand what they're saying. I always wonder like how people around the world felt that way when they hear songs, but people be buying those tracks and they don't know what they're saying either. Like the Americans kind of saying either. All those people, I mean, some of them aren't bilingual, or even like they know a little bit of English. They probably don't know everything they're saying and they still buy it. So I guess it's not weird.
Sometimes a catchy tune is just a catchy tune.
Exactly, because some of those tunes be catchy. I'm into it, but then I read it talk about like how they hate the U.S. and stuff. It's damn. I was all fucking loving the song. Damn.
They got you, Dominic. All right. After that was Mario Rabbids.
Like that, and I didn't notice.
Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. We already talked about that, so we'll move on from there. Farming Simulator number 3. Here comes Room Factory Special 3. That's coming in 2023.
Now,
and they also announced that there's a new
dressing up as fairies and jumping around doing some stuff. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it wasn't just farming. Now, how about the Room Factory?
Room Factory, I think, is definitely more than just farming. I think there's some adventure elements to that as well. I think that was how it originally spun out of the Harvest Moon kind of model.
The other one actually says farm in the game, so it's like That is a big part of it. Is farming the like? I don't know if Rune Factory. That's the biggest part is the farming.
I don't think the farming is the biggest.
Okay, so that one actually
probably like a
I'll give it to that.
60-40 split with farming being like the 40.
Okay, then I give it to Rune Factory. They probably they shouldn't even said the farming. They should just focus on everything else.
Because I think Rune Factory is they're the original developers of Harvest Moon. I think the same way Story of Seasons, because I think Story of Seasons and Rune Factory came from those developers. Meanwhile, the people making Harvest Moon games are no longer the people that used to make Harvest Moon games.
Yeah.
I think that's how all that name stuff shook out.
So they just keeping an element of their Harvest Moon, but adding more game. They add more game
pretty much, but yeah. Because, you know, how, like Stardew, you go into the caves and stuff. Yeah. I think it's that kind of stuff in Rune Factory. So, yeah. All right. So they're working on 2 Rune Factory games. They then talked about some additional games coming to the online expansion pack. The Nintendo 64 games. We're getting Pilot Wings.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You said they're making. Oh, that's just more Rune Factory in the works. Okay, all right.
Yeah, they also just said like, hey, we're also working on the next Rune Factory game.
Yeah. Get some more farming. Let's go.
Yep. Hopefully it'll be ready for the next Nintendo Direct. All right. So back to 64. We're getting Pilot Wings, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, 1080 Snowboarding, Excite Bike 64, and the big one, Dominic, GoldenEye with online play added. And it was also announced via tweet at the same time that GoldenEye was coming to Game Pass as like a remaster, basically.
Didn't it have
that
remaster?
One does not have.
That was an EA thing, wasn't it?
Play. Yeah, there was that EA one that was like, we're gonna take Daniel Craig and put him in.
Yeah.
In the GoldenEye type thing. Yeah. So I don't remember. I think that one turned out to be not great. But yeah, so like this is happening, but also you're getting the one on the Xbox on Game Pass. But that's not online, which is dumb.
Yeah, that's what I found weird. I was like, wait a minute. Like, you actually got where? Why don't you have online? And this is Nintendo we talking about here.
Exactly. That's why Nintendo pulled the power move on them. They were like, yo, if we're going to let you do this, then fuck off.
I wonder if that's the case. If that's the case, good on them. I'm not even going to get mad at that. Good on them. Even though I know some of my friends would probably be mad. One of my friends definitely would be mad because he loves GoldenEye. Because he still plays Perfect Dark. The remastered one. I mean, the remastered one, but he likes playing that game. Now, with the GoldenEye, are they going to, if it is online play, can they make it so that oddball cannot be picked up? Unless it's in a custom game or something?
Probably not, because it's part of the online thing, it's probably just an emulator of the 64 one pretending to be online, so unless those options were in there.
You couldn't pick people twice, right? And GoldenEye?
I don't remember.
Because if you do, then somebody picks oddball. I was like, well, we all gotta be oddball then.
Everybody's gotta be oddball. Odd job.
Because I was saying oddball. Yeah, odd job. Because ain't no way fucking hell. Nah, man, that shit ain't fair.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Dominic. Next up, we've got Various Daylife. This is coming from Square Enix. It's a new RPG, apparently from the development team behind Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default.
Like, what is it?
It's an RPG. It looks like it's side-scrolling almost from the footage they had in the trailer. I was trying to find some additional footage, but the trailer on Steam is just the same thing.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Review video has something different. It looks very much just like a generic Square Enix game, unfortunately. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay. So it is. It looks like it's basically kind of a side-scrolling adventure. maybe a more simplistic thing, but Various Day Life. That's quite the name they've got there.
Yeah, I don't know how they come up with these names. I mean, people say get lost in translation, but then when I read like really how they come up with some of this stuff, it don't make any sense anyway.
Yeah. Next up was Factorio. That is coming to the Switch. That is a game that's been out on the PC for a while now, and it's basically like I don't even know how you describe it. Let's see if Steam can help me out.
What's the game called again?
Factorio.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say like a simulation building thing. It's basically like you're starting with pieces and then you eventually build up to like factories because you're like adding conveyor belts and then you're adding things that melt down.
Oh, that's
things
right. Yeah, I did see that. I remember that.
It's one of those kind of games. It was very quick that they showed that off. Then they showed off IB, which is like this pixel game where you're a lady in a museum. Apparently it's a psychological horror video game, which I didn't necessarily get from the...
I get it from our eyes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're a little freaky. And I guess some of these pictures that they show off in this trailer too, like this woman hanging upside down. But apparently you're stuck in a museum and some creepy stuff's happening.
Well, that's creepy within itself. So, oh shit. Fucking museum.
I watched Night in the Museum, Dominic. I think
and I would be scared shitless if that shit came to life. I'll fucking have a heart attack and die.
Absolutely. All right. After that, they showed off the second update to Mario Strikers. This adds Pauline and Diddy Kong as playable characters. So you got that going on. You got
Diddy Kong. That's what's
Atelier
Ryza. I mean, I say anime, but you know, I mean JRPG. Yeah, it's many versions of that.
Alchemist of the End and Secret Key. That's coming out February 24th. So yes, very much anime RPG. You got the next wave of courses for Mario Kart.
I haven't played any of the other waves, and I don't know why.
I haven't either, but I don't have access to them. I plan on doing the expansion pass at some point, but I'm trying to like set that up as a family thing, and I'm trying to set it up with Brooks, but he's got online right now, and I've got online, but you can't like cancel your online and get paid retroactively back for what you didn't use.
Yeah.
So like we're both trying to like wait out our things so we can do a family plan and get it cheaper.
Yeah, because that's what I'm doing with my friend. That's how I got to do that. So now, that opens it up for you and Brooks. Because if I was still with you, you couldn't do it with Brooks. You can do a family plan. Yeah, because it'd be more than one person. I think
you can do like 5 or something like that.
I just want to know when this Xbox shit going to start rolling out, man.
Me too. Yeah. So those courses are coming this holiday. One is from Tor, it's Merry Mountain, and one is DS from the DS. It's Peach's Garden, which is a good level. So I do want to play those at some point. Next up, they talked about Switch Sports. That's getting golf. It's going to be 21 holes, which is weird because that's not how many holes are usually in golf. Yes. Is a free update for Switch Golf, and that's coming out holiday this year.
Is that what they do in Japan? 21 instead of 18?
Maybe that's what it is. That's the only thing that makes sense, right? Like, because why else do you choose 21 holes? It's weird. Then Miyamoto was on there. He was like, "Yo,
I'll do 21
I heard you
holes.
like what is it?" Yes, exactly. That's when you can drink beer on the golf course.
Wait a minute, it's smoked too, right? It's smoking now, isn't it? 21 now?
Is that what it is? I don't even know anymore.
I think so. I think you have to be 21 to smoke now. I didn't even know that.
Smoking seems like such a weird concept to me nowadays. It just, I don't know.
I don't know. I still think it looks cool.
Even though I'm around people that smoke all the time.
I still think it looks cool. I always think about like, man, if I could just sit by this nice looking car and just have a cigarette in my mouth.
You got to switch to toothpicks, Dominic. Toothpicks. Razor Ramon made them cool.
They hurt. Sometimes I hurt my gums on the
you gotta chew off the tip and then spit that out. All right. Next up, Shigeru Miyamoto. He was like, yo, I heard you like Pikmin, so here's a Pikmin phone game.
I know.
That's been
I
out
was
for a
like,
while.
you sons of bitch. Oh, they're going to show Pikmin
Do you
4.
like Pokemon Go, but you don't like Pokemon? Yeah, that's nobody, but also here's a Pikmin version of
You have
that.
to literally
Even
grow
though
your
there's
garden.
a Pikmin version of that, there's a Pokemon version of that, there's a Marvel version of that.
You gotta dig a hole and then act like a Pikmin grow out of. So you mean
Yeah.
seeing a lot of holes digged up in people's yards.
But he did also say Pikmin 4 is coming in 2023, but was like, yo, we don't have any gameplay. Sorry. Sucks to be you.
But no, that Pikmin thing, I wonder how that is. I wonder if that's is that fun? Is that fun to actually do? Like,
I feel like it's not as interesting as Pokemon, but maybe that's just my own biases. I don't know. I feel like Pokemon inherently feels more appropriate for that style of game. Like, I know in Pikmin games you're looking around for these Pikmin, but like they're generic Pikmin. Like,
yeah.
Whereas Pokemon, you're like trying to find the specific Pokemon that you want.
Exactly, and it's like a million of them now.
Yeah. So weird. All right, Just Dance was after that. We already talked about that, so we're covered there. Harvestella was the next one. That is the Square Enix farming simulator. Yep.
But can you survive the season of death? This is the dark one. This is the dark.
Yes.
Freaking harvest.
Dark gritty reboot of the farming simulator genre from Square Enix. Yes. But again, this one does at least have like RPG elements, like Japanese traditional RPG elements. So there is more to it than just the harvesting, but it is right there in the name. So just like Fae Farm or whatever, like you're not hiding yourself.
The story is that you got to save all the farms because the evil person has destroyed making the farms all evil. All the food comes out, people eat it, they become evil, and you got to try to kill them.
Yep. And that is coming out November 4th, so that's coming out soon. Next up, Dominic, Bayonetta 3. She is fighting to save the world this time, because the first one she was fighting to save herself, and then she was fighting to save her friends.
You know what?
But now
I don't
she's
remember the
fighting
stories
to
of
save
those
the
games.
world.
That's what it was?
Well, there you go. I just summarized it for you. Thanks for that.
So the first one was just herself, and the second one was
that's what Nintendo told me, Dominic. That's what they told me in this trailer. I know nothing about these games, Dominic.
I know you don't. Yeah.
But that looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It's really just a shame that it's trapped on the Switch and couldn't perform better elsewhere.
Exactly. That is a shame.
We'll see. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
And I can't use the cheats to unlock all the costumes, and I have to actually gotta get good to unlock.
You gotta get good so you can get your sexy Star Fox costume or whatever. Yeah. So that's coming out October 28th, right before Halloween. There. Then next up, Dominic, Master Detective Archives Rain Code is coming spring of 2023 and is from the Danganronpa developers.
Yeah, so I was like,
this.
Yeah, and you know what? That kid looks scary as shit. I did not like how that like 3D anime kind of look and his big old eyes opening that door. Oh my god! I was like, oh my god, that I would freak the fuck out. But it's like the animation really looks like Danganronpa. While the other games I play, the animation don't look like Danganronpa though. Like AI, the AI game I play, and the 999, the ordinary games. Like it doesn't seem like the same art style. Like this one actually has the same art style what I saw in Danganronpa, the first one. That because that girl had no eyes, and I remember when they went to that like cutscene when it was like actually kind of 3D animation. I was freaking out because like, oh my god, it's like this looks weird, and I did not like that. But I will play it. Yeah, these people's eyes, man. These people's eyes are not. These ain't no.
They're not okay.
These are scary Japanese anime eyes, man. Like I don't like these.
All right, next up, Dominic, Resident Evil Village Cloud is coming to the Switch. There's a demo out now, so if you can see how well it performs over your network.
That's cool that
game is coming out October 28th. It just sucks that you're
paying. Are you paying? You're paying $60 for.
You're paying full price. Don't you worry. Yeah, but they're also coming out with 7, 2, and 3 the same way. So it's cool if you only have a Switch and you still want to play these games, but. Yeah, I mean, some of them are, not anymore, right? Like none of these are currently on Game Pass, but they have been in the past, right? 7 was on Game Pass. So like, even if you don't have another console, you could theoretically play Game Pass and then stream some of those games. So we just need to get to that point, right? Like Game Pass on Switch. Said it before, I'll say it again.
I know.
All right.
Fight
Next
that war.
up, Dominic.
Fight that war.
Sifu is coming to the Switch. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Hopefully that means one step closer to Game Pass.
I honestly thought it already was.
Probably the only way I'm going to end up playing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's been exclusive to the PlayStation, I think. That and PC, obviously.
Oh, but it's not on Xbox at all. Damn.
Yeah, no, it's not on Xbox
that's another game.
Because I think it was even an Epic Store exclusive. So it was like PlayStation and Epic Store exclusive. So that's been locked down. The Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, that is coming to the Switch. I'm intrigued to see how that works, because that feels like that should also be a cloud game. But I didn't realize that game was coming this year. That's coming in December.
Yeah. Now,
like, that came as a surprise to me.
Maybe, was this a game? Was this a PSP game?
It was a PSP game, but now they're, giving it the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment.
Wow, so they really went all off with that, and that's not on PlayStation.
It is. It's coming to PlayStation.
It's coming to PlayStation too. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And what's Phil? Did Phil Spencer do a? Did he do a tweet or something saying how?
He did. He was like, I can't believe that Sony would do this. These terms are unagreeable or whatever. Yeah. No, he did not do that. Yeah. It's just so fucking silly. Jim Ryan. All right. Next up, Dominic, Radiant Silver Gun. That is one of those old school kind of shmups.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shoot 'em ups. That's out now. Endless Dungeon, that is coming at some point. I don't have any more details on that, but that is like a Hades style kind of roguelike isometric action game.
Yeah.
And then we got Tales of Symphonia Remaster, Dominic. This is coming out in early 2023. That is the GameCube game that I think a lot of people are like the most familiar with from that series. I got that game on GameCube, I think, and then didn't end up playing a lot of it, but it seemed all right.
I wonder how the story is with this.
It's probably closer to like super anime than you want it to be.
Yeah, probably not as good as the one I played, Tales of Arise.
Yeah. I forgot that you had played some of that. The kind of news coming out of this, though, is apparently like this is not going to run as well as the GameCube version, because whatever version they're basing it off of is stuck to 30 frames per second, whereas that GameCube one ran at 60 frames per second. So that's
okay. So why?
Kind of shitty.
Like why?
It's just so dumb, right?
It really is, man. Like, it just makes you not like, if that was a person who wanted it, I wouldn't get it. I'll just say fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll just play. I could probably find a game online somewhere and just play it on my PC or something.
Yeah, because apparently it's like based on the complete version that was on the PlayStation, I think, or something like that, where it ran at 30 frames per second. And I don't know. That just seems like really shitty. Like,
and it's a Nintendo console. It's not even It's not even like we're going PlayStation to PlayStation. No, it's on a Nintendo console. It was on GameCube.
It's like, oh, we wanted to give you the extra
put it in there.
Content.
I'm just saying. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that involves work, Dominic. We don't want to do that much work to try and resell you this game probably at full price. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. It is 100% going to be full price, and I know it before I even bring it up here. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. This is also coming to the PS4. Where is the eShop? Come on, there's got to be a pre-order link. No. Okay, it's not apparently up on the eShop yet. But I'm I'm pretty confident and willing to say that it's going to cost way too much.
Put it on your daughter's life.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Dominic. I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you put it on your daughter's life.
Exactly, because apparently I can get the metal case, because they can't get the steel case branding, the metal case version for $50. So good on them for already being better than Nintendo.
So wait a minute. So what's the original price for the original one? I mean, maybe not original. I mean the regular one.
If I don't know about the regular one. Let's see.
But you said the metal case is $50.
Correct.
Okay.
The chosen edition is $50.
Oh, the chosen ones. The Jewish edition.
The Jewish edition. Circumcised edition.
Yeah.
$50. All right. Next up was the sizzle reel. This went by really quickly, so we'll just run it down. Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection. That's coming out September 27th. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered December 1st. Lego Brick Tales Fall 2022.
That's
Disney
crazy.
Speedstorm,
Lego Brick Tales
2022
is it's just like, the whatchamacallit game. What was it? Toadstool.
A phone game.
I mean, it's Toadstool. Toad. The Toad game. That's what it looks like. What's the Toad?
It is. Now that you say that, yeah, Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, yeah, I guess it is kind of similar to that. Yeah, because that's the one that started out on Apple Arcade, I believe, and has gotten pretty good reviews.
Okay, so you actually
if
build
it is the one I think it is.
You build these things?
In the trailer, they show you building this stuff, which looks really cool. Like I would be very interested in that game because I like the idea of like building it, but then not having to figure out where to put it in my house.
That Disney Speedstorm thing. I'm kind of curious about that game. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's free to play, so we'll see. And then they talked about Fall Guys Season 2. That's coming September 15th.
Oh, they got that man. What's his name? The rabbit one, the forgotten Disney character, the one that was in
Oswald.
Yeah, Oswald. They got Oswald in there.
Maybe, Dominic, maybe. All right, next up, Dominic, the big Nintendo stuff now to cap off the show. We mentioned it already, but Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, that's coming out February 24th, 2023 to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Kirby. And this is a full price game and has only that Wii game, and it feels like kind of a ripoff considering the collection that we talked about earlier, as well as numerous other Kirby games that they could have included in this, including like Epic Yarn and whatnot.
I mean, so like, is Kirby Dreamland? He had a rocket. I didn't know he had a rocket suit. Like he shoot rockets.
So that mech suit that he's got, that is new.
Oh,
that is they added that.
Well, then you know what? I take it back. That is worth $60. That's a lot of work.
Okay. To finally make Kirby a Gundam, they're like, yep. It's now worth it.
That's crazy.
All right, Dominic. Then the pièce de résistance, the end thing, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Dominic. Tears of the Kingdom. This is the sequel to Breath of the Wild. This is coming out 5/12/2023. What do you think, Dominic? They didn't give you much in this.
I'm about to say they didn't really give much. I mean, but I'm excited for people who like this game. I'm excited that y'all going to have a nice game to play. Wow.
What if there is no weapon durability and or
if they put something like that, like a meter, like a ease of play or something, whatever, where you can turn that stuff down or off. I would definitely be playing it.
All right. Here's the hoping, Dominic. Here's the hoping they add some accessibility features. So we will see. Makes sense as to why with this title they did not live stream this in the UK, even though it's not like they didn't put it up or like people would find out anyway. But it does make sense that like this is kind of directly related to the current situation in the UK. So
yeah, honestly, I didn't think about that until someone said that. So I don't know. I think we. Somebody have pointed that out? Of course, but I don't know. I mean, I don't care really because it's the UK, so I don't care if they don't see anything. You know, I don't
we got to see it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm just saying if it was like something here and they said, you know what, because of you lost one of your great leaders, I'll be pissed. I'll be like, you motherfuckers, I don't give a damn. I want to see my Zelda. I want to see what the hell is coming out.
Exactly. I don't want to have to wait until the stream is over to find the YouTube upload. Give it to me now. I need to see the chat comments.
I can't be angry about anything if I don't see it. But I'm just going to be angry about not seeing it. And that's not enough.
All right, Dominic. So that was Nintendo. Next up, we have the Sony State of Play. And that kicked off with some Tekken 8 footage. You got people kicking each other in slow motion.
Yeah, the one I watched, there was a technical difficulty, and I didn't hear shit in Tekken 8. I didn't hear nothing until the next clip. But it did look good.
Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I wonder how they integrate like this slow motion stuff. I think they did that a little bit in 7, right? With like finishing moves and whatnot. Like the final.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next up, they showed off some PSVR 2 games: Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, that's coming out in 2023, and Demio, which is been out on previous VR systems, but it's basically like a tabletop board game you're playing in VR. It seems pretty cool. Did you actually talk about that at some point?
The Tales of the Star Wars one?
The Demio.
Yeah, I played very little of it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good tabletop game. I mean, I feel like, I would think people would like that. I mean,
because that's even got like multiplayer stuff too. So you can play with your friends, which is cool. All right, next up was Like a Dragon Ishin, February 22nd of next year, Dominic. This is from the Yakuza developers, of course. Like a Dragon.
Yeah, when I saw this, because first I was
set in the samurai times.
Because I was I just saw it and I was like, oh, this looks nice. And then I saw this kind of like a Yakuza.
Yep.
Kiro, maybe his ancestor or something. I don't know. But because I don't want to be racist, I want to say all Japanese people look the same. That does look like him though.
Yes.
And yeah, man, I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I do want to play this.
It seems like they're leaning into the Like a Dragon branding instead of the Yakuza branding.
Yeah, because the Yakuza has a bad connotation there.
I mean, I wonder if that's what it is. If they're just like,
I was just saying, I just totally pulled that out of my ass. I have no idea.
I just don't understand what other reason you would do that. Like it's not like this game is starring Ichiban or whatever, you know? It's not like they're trying to distance themselves based on the characters. So
I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know why they gave him from the name Yakuza. Maybe the Yakuza told them to. So people are just laughing at us.
Chop off your fingers. Yep. Exactly. There are grown men in diapers in this game. What are you doing? All right. After that was Hogwarts Legacy. They announced that there's exclusive content coming to the PlayStation for that.
And we should be, I guess Xbox people should be angry with that too. They should
we should. Of course.
Damn them, that exclusive content. Yeah, how dare they? They get to pay $60 for their game and they get that. And we pay $6, we don't get it. Doesn't make any sense.
Yep. How dare them? All right. Next up, Dominic, was Pacific Drive. This is coming in 2023. This is a first-person survival driving game.
Yeah, that is weird.
So it looked intense. You're driving around, trees falling around you,
surviving. I was like, I was hoping to survive this drive.
That's what it feels like every time I drive.
Yeah, it's like, hope I survive.
All right. Next up, they mentioned their...
I mean, I like all this stuff that be happening.
It does. It looks different. Definitely looks different. They talked about their loyalty program, the PlayStation Star stuff. They had mentioned that previously.
What this... Do they already have a program where you buy games and you accumulate rewards to put towards like money, like Microsoft does?
No, not like Nintendo does. No.
And this sounds like you get little digital stuff though. which is different from what I see from Microsoft, but it's something I don't care about.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather for them to be like, hey, I buy a game, I'll get some points to use towards buying another game, you know?
Oh, yeah. Nintendo's definitely, like, got that.
Yeah.
That is the one thing they have absolutely freaking nailed, because, like, even if it's something like I'm kind of on the fence about, I'm like, oh, well, let me see how many points I have. And then I'm like, okay, I'll buy this game then, because I can knock $2 off of it or whatever, you know?
And like the digital stuff, I mean, look, you like what you like, but where is it? Like, where is it? Is it displayed on your, I guess, when you come on? Like, that you...
Yeah, maybe like on your profile or something.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. Because I almost
once they
like,
relaunch PlayStation Home, Dominic, in VR...
Because I don't hear nobody talking about none about that stuff. None about the Xbox thing. None about the, even the Mii's.
They just have to make them NFTs, Dominic.
Yeah, because when they said that, I was like, did they say anything else about the rewards program besides getting those little digital stuff like old PlayStation? And
nah,
that's weird to me.
Yeah, there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, because
you would hope.
Yeah, because I don't care about having it. I mean, I know there's people who like this stuff, but I feel like, hey, if you want to get that, or you can use your money to get something that actually means something. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I know I'm still being an ass about it, but I mean, I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. All right, Dominic. Next up was Sinduality. This is an anime mech third-person action game.
This looks kind of cool. Oh no, this ain't the game I was thinking about. No, but
I mean, this looks all right.
It looks all right.
Too,
it looks all right, but it's not the one I was talking about. Yeah, it looks.
It's not this next one, Stellar Blade.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna talk about this little girl though. Because I mean, I feel like I did this before though. Like I've seen. I just can't remember. What game was I got into a bot and did shit like this?
Overwatch.
No, shut up. No. No. Damn. I can't think of it. I just feel like I like that. And that robot kind of looks similar to that other robot. I don't know. But it's like a better version of whatever that was, though. I'm talking about. But yeah, it looks like it could be okay. But yes, let's go ahead to this cool looking game.
So the next one, Dominic, Stellar Blade. This was previously Project Eve. This is coming out 2023 and is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. This game looks hella cool.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It looks like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry style action.
Definitely.
As an anime woman with a lot of jiggling from this trailer.
Yo, it's very interesting that is a thing. I didn't even notice that until you said it. I'm looking at it now, and I was like, "Yo, he really did." I'm like, "That's so unnecessary." It's really so unnecessary. It's like I'm gonna be focusing on the fighting, but now that you said it, now I'm gonna be like, "Okay, let's see what's going on here." No, but that is so unnecessary. Good God.
Yep.
It's so weird because the suit that she looked like she's wearing is so skin tight that I feel like
right.
Her breast should not move. It shouldn't move that much. As much as it's moving,
not a compression. It goes around and up under.
It's moving like she has like such a loose shirt that is like I ain't wearing no bra. Like whoa.
Yes. Yep.
Oh boy, yes. But this is good for the teenage boys out there. This is excellent.
Yes.
But yeah, Stellar Blade. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Next up was Rise of the Ronin.
Man, too bad I'm not into skinny bitches, man. Damn. They can't put nobody. I have to say that out loud. But I'm saying, like, why can't they put like a thick woman, man, doing this stuff? Shit.
They don't
I seen them move.
Like
I seen strippers. They been moving on those poles. So you can't even say like they're not agile. That's bullshit.
They can be very agile. Yes. Shit, man. I've seen Lizzo move.
Oh,
it's very agile.
Yeah, she is. I think it's something about your wife. I would say no, don't say that.
Oh wow, Dominic, rude. All right, moving on, Dominic. Rise of the Ronin. This is coming from Koei Tecmo. This is an action RPG. It almost kind of looks Assassin's Creed-y, to be honest with you. But this is not coming until 2024.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it did because when it jumped over that thing, it had on that that flying kite thing, whatever, or gliding. Yeah, I
thought he was about to jump into a hay bale.
Me too. I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? And but yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a mixture of like you said, Assassin's Creed and probably what's the one that
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima, yes. And hopefully, story wise, because I think story wise was like people weren't that high on Ghost of Tsushima. But hopefully that has something more interesting. I mean, it looks like the combat is pretty all right in this too. Even though some people are saying like, "Oh, could be like a Dark Soulsy kind of thing," and I was like, "Oh fuck! If that's what the fuck it is, then I don't give a shit about this game."
Yeah.
Unless there's a good story, like Pinocchio. I ain't saying Pinocchio's going to be a good story. It has an interest. It looks interesting compared to what those other games were.
Interesting twist on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dominic, and then to close their show out, they showed off the new God of War controller. It's going to be purple with some wolves on the touchpad. So if you're looking for a DualSense controller, it looks kind of purple to me, right? Like,
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it's. I thought it was blue.
Maybe a bluish purple. Okay. Maybe a purplish blue. We'll go with purplish blue.
That's weird. It's purple then because everything's blue and white on the God of War.
In God of War, yeah, but it definitely doesn't look like that blue though, right? Like I'm not crazy.
No, it doesn't look like that. Yeah, Google.
We'll see if I can find some
Google
like
what color it is
because
our eyes are bad.
Like, yeah, I'm looking at it and like maybe it's like a purplish blue that's going for like lighting. Ice.
Could be just the lighting. It probably looks different when we see it again. Though, the blue part of the controller definitely is like bluer than that. You can see that the way that blue is.
Right.
Yeah. The light.
I'll say a purplish blue. It's not necessarily purple, but it's purplish blue. Anyway, so they showed off that. They also showed off a new trailer for that game.
A great blue.
There you go. They also showed off a new trailer. The game looks incredible.
It does.
Mean, I don't know anybody that wasn't, into the previous game that wasn't necessarily anticipating this game. It's one of those things that like, I know it's coming and I know it's probably going to be great. So I haven't put like many thoughts about it into it, but seeing it again, it's like, oh yeah, this fucking looks awesome. And they showed off like a ton of different environments.
And then we saw fat Thor at the end.
Yep.
That was
throwing the Leviathan axe,
Chris
sticking
Hemsworth.
it in
that was Chris Hemsworth
Mjolnir.
when he was fat in the Avengers, and he was like, you know what?
Yep.
Say, hey, keep that on. We want you to do some
mocap.
Yeah, mocap for us in this God of War. So okay.
Performance capture. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. I wonder where this story goes because they've said that this is basically like the finale of the 2 game series. So like there's some things to clear up from that first game that I want to see where they go. And,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm surprised because I was really thinking like, well, I'm going to die before they probably finish this like a story. But yeah, now I'm kind of happy for this.
Yeah,
I just want to. Yeah, I want to get an ending to that story because
I just wonder how that game's gonna play on a PlayStation 4.
Well, if you're not getting it, then don't worry about it.
I want to get it.
Oh, you do? I thought you were just going to hold out just like you did for... Or you didn't hold out. You got it. You just didn't play it. You just didn't play it. The Miles Morales.
Oh, with Miles Morales, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah.
Well, technically you got it, right? Like, if you if you got it.
I mean, technically, definitely, yes. I did get it, and I started the very beginning, and then...
No, I mean, I'm saying, like, you could play the PlayStation... If you get a PlayStation 5, you won't have to pay no more money, right?
Correct,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I guess you probably do have to buy, like, the special edition one.
That's what I'm wondering with this one. Or are they going to be nice? No, they ain't going to be nice. Why not? Why be nice now?
Yeah. So because I was just thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, that game looks awesome. But wait,
YouTube, I don't know how they figure out what games are being played in these videos. Because like when I put our videos up, they be saying this game's being played. I didn't play that game. like on the
See, I always thought like on other people's videos they selected the thing, but I guess if it's like changing,
I think it's them because they got Ori and the Blind Forest in this state of play on PlayStation.
Oh no, Sony's taking our exclusives down.
They got Ori and the goddamn Blind Forest, and I'm just thinking like, how did this happen? Like how did they even? Where did they even say this? They didn't even say this title in here. Like how'd you even pick this game?
Yeah, that's odd. All right, Dominic. So now that the state of play is over, I'm going to skip to some PlayStation-related TGF stuff real quick, just related to what we already talked about.
There was another show. I didn't even see this. There was a freaking Japanese show. Oh my god! You know what? I might just. I hope there's no fucking news next week. So I might just.
You want to just save it for next week, Dominic?
No. We do the news. Okay. I'm just going to edit news. I'm just going to do like maybe the flashback segment and the news and then the other stuff because this wasn't that important. The stuff we talked about, except for what we've been watching. But it's whatever. We're going to watch the other shows so we can talk about it then. You know, She-Hulk and Game of Dragons. Or I can just, or I can put it with that. Either how way, because we really didn't really talk a lot about anything else with sports and what we've been watching and what we've been playing. I don't care about talking about this. I can talk about Trails again. I can just talk about the ending again. Okay. I don't care.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going through this stuff.
Yeah. We're going. Let's go through it.
All right. So real quick, Dominic, while we were talking about Like a Dragon, we got more Like a Dragon games. We got Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his own name. Well, his name. This is a side story coming in 2023 that follows Kiryu after Yakuza 6.
Yeah, see, this, I got confused because when people showed this, I was like, I did not see this at the state of play. So I was thinking like, are they talking about the freaking past one? Is they calling that one 8?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, this is just another game. I said, damn, they're working on 2. That's awesome.
Well, not 2, 3, Dominic, because there is also Like a Dragon 8, which has Kiryu and Ichiban from 7.
The fuck?
So they're working on 3 different games. They're working on Like a Dragon, the samurai one. They're working on Like a Dragon 8. It sounds like it's pretty big right now.
Or they don't sleep.
Yeah. They might not do that either. Yeah. So that's they've got a lot of irons on the fire right now. So if you like a Dragon / Yakuza, this is the place to be because they're coming. We also got an announcement that Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection is finally coming to the PC on October 19th. Now, you will remember that this is only 4 and Lost Legacy. This is not 1 through 3 as well. So, like, you're still picking up at the end of the series if you're playing this on the PC only. So, that's kind of weird.
Wait a minute.
Interesting, I
guess.
This
is only 4 and Lost... Oh, there's only... Okay, I got you.
Lost Legacy, yeah.
Yeah. That is kind of weird. Just watch on YouTube, people. There's people who edited stuff down.
There you go. Yeah, probably makes a pretty good movie. Better than the actual
real movie. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
You can watch that on Netflix.
And
right
then,
now.
Yes, it is.
And Morbius, 2 great Sony movies.
Is Morbius on there now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I might actually watch that. So there's one other story that came out PlayStation related that I felt we needed to talk about because apparently they said that the PlayStation VR 1 games will not work on PSVR 2, and that just seems like absolute bullshit to me.
That is total bullshit.
Like, the PlayStation 4 games are backwards compatible with your PS5. Are you really telling me that you can't make your headset work with those old games?
So I would have to switch out.
That seems insane to me.
The headset. Like, because you could use the PSVR 1, right? With the PlayStation 5?
Honestly, I don't know. I want to say yes.
Yeah, I thought they said they could.
I think you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have to switch out headsets. Actually, yes. I think you just need the old camera because I think There were some people when the PS5 first launched and they came out with their camera that you would be able to use that, but it doesn't. But yeah, I think you can use the old headset. But like, that's not the case with any of these other ones. Like, I can... That just seems crazy to me.
That's like the Oculus said that Quest 2 is like, oh no, you think you can't, it ain't gonna work. Like, you got your Quest 1 games.
Yeah, you can't play old Quest games. Like, it just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like, the VR library is not that big to begin with. And then you're going to limit yourself to only games that were developed exclusively for PlayStation VR 2. Like, that seems insane.
I mean, that just really just puts the hurt. Like, I support a PSVR 1. Y'all really can't just make me, at least bring my games over. You can't.
Yeah, I've got all these and things like Resident Evil 7 that was made exclusively for that. Like, now I just can't play it unless I break out a PSVR 1. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah, there's gonna be Resident Evil 7 PSVR 2 version
on the PC.
What if they do that shit
at full price? Yeah, so that really sucks. So I did want to bring attention to that because that sucks. All right, Dominic. Next up, we're going to talk about the stuff that Xbox announced at TGS. This is literally just going to be a list of games that are coming to Game Pass. So let's see. Starting off, Persona 5 Royale, that has a date now, October 21st. Game Pass, day one.
It's too far away, Daniel.
It's not that far away, Dominic. Trust me. Wolong Fallen Dynasty, that is that kind of like set in China, Bloodborne / Dark Souls-esque. That game, that's coming out day one on Game Pass when it releases. I think there's a timed demo up for that now as well.
Is it on PC also?
It's gotta be because it's also on PlayStation. Right. So I'm pretty sure it is.
If it's a good game, people like it, I'll play it and use my trainer.
There you go. You also have Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Awesome.
That's coming to Game Pass in spring 2023. And Guilty Gear Strive is coming in.
I have that game. I bought that game on my Switch, and I barely played it. But now I can barely play it on Game Pass. There we go.
There you go.
But now I should probably play it more because it's the ease of going into it and just playing it.
Yeah. The two Ni no Kuni games are coming to the Xbox finally.
Damn, that's awesome.
Strive 2.
Oh, that's 20. Yep. Damn, what? Wait a minute. Blaze Blue 2023. Damn, that game's old.
Yep. 2023. Well, guess what? It's going to be older in 2023. All right. So the two Ni no my tongue just fell out of my mouth. Ni no Kuni, the two games there, Wrath of the White Witch. Remastered, that is coming out. Well, that is out now on Game Pass, and then Ni no Kuni 2 is coming out in 2023. That will also be on Game Pass. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, that is now out on Game Pass. Yep. They made the announcement of a new hero for Overwatch 2, which is coming out on October 4th. It is Kiriko.
It was part of Xbox's TGS show?
Yep.
Oh. I mean, because they officially...
They're already doing like some Activision stuff in there.
Well, I really wish they would hurry and put it so I can play Overwatch on Game Pass.
On Game Pass?
Yeah, because I don't want to buy it. And like, it's a free week. Because I actually did download it. And I played some, but I ain't going to talk about until next week of Diablo 3.
Okay, cool.
And I was playing that because I was like, hey, my character is going to save when they bring it over. I know they're going to bring it on the Game Pass, so I'll just play it with that. Because I kind of like that game. I kind of like just going and looting and killing things. That's yeah.
All right. Next up, Ayuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. That's coming to Game Pass in 2023.
So what's the game that's out now? That's another version of that game, right? That's like a prequel or something?
I don't know. Is there another one that's out now?
I don't think the subtitle is 100 Heroes. I think it's something else.
Let's see. Ayuden.
Oh my God. I'm looking at what you have next.
Uh-huh. Yep. Let's get to it, Dominic. It looks like Rising, maybe? Ayuden Chronicle Rising?
Yes, that's it. That's what it is. Yeah.
All right. as part of the Xbox thing, Dominic, Pal World, they had a new trailer. Unfortunately, it was not as intense as the previous ones. There was definitely some shooting of some Pokemon-esque creatures, but there wasn't any like sweatshops making them make your guns.
They're in Japan, aren't they? They can't. Are the people who do this
game?
Like
they toned it down.
I'm just saying, the people who do this game, they're not Japanese, are they?
I can't remember. I know we've looked it up in the past, but I can't remember.
Because I'm thinking like, I mean, if they are European or American, I feel like they toned down for them because they don't want to be seen shooting Pokemon. It will scare them. But if they're Japanese, I don't know. Or maybe they know the audience. They say like, okay, it's gonna scare them over here, but the Americans love it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't see them say anything about Game Pass, but man, I hope it's coming to Game Pass.
I mean, I do hope it's going to Game Pass, but I mean, at least I know it's coming. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know what console was going to come to or anything. I just knew it was.
Yeah, I don't think they had really talked about that too much.
If it's going to be popular enough to just stay on PC or whatever.
Yeah. And then, Dominic, the news that we kind of all expected to happen, but also weren't sure when or how soon or what. Deathloop is coming to the Xbox on September 20th. So possibly by the time you're hearing this podcast, that game is already out on the Xbox.
That was something.
That's pretty cool.
Now, like, not to put a damper on it. I mean, I'm happy. But there's something about the game that people are saying that's not going to come to Xbox right away. Or
oh, really?
I'm just trying to remember what it was. I'm trying to remember what it was that PlayStation had. It was something they had, and it's Deathloop Xbox.
Because I believe it's even going to have cross-play.
Yeah, it's
as in like the online multiplayer stuff, which is good because that'll revitalize the community on the PlayStation.
Maybe it was nothing, or give me fake news on my those Google like recommended sites they're showing your damn phone. That I'll be, because I didn't click on it because that's why I just saw the headlines. Because that's what you do. You don't get contacts.
You're like clickbait
and spread misinformation. That's what we
do. Google does a good job of doing that.
It really does.
Stuff they put on there is I don't know, worrisome sometimes. All right, Dominic, so we got that. And then the one other story, Xbox related, that I've got, the Xbox app on the PC has now added integration with How Long to Beat, which is a website that basically people enter how long it's taken them to beat games, either like the main quest or doing side quests or 100%. And they're now adding that to that app. So that's cool.
Okay, for Deathloop, updated to specify that the game is releasing on Xbox Series X and S with no mention of a release on Xbox One. So if we're going to play it, it's going to have to be either PC or through cloud.
Yeah. I'm hoping it runs decent enough on the PC.
That's what I'm hoping too.
I preloaded it already.
That's what I'm really hoping.
So I'm going to try that once it gets up there. So, yeah, because that game seems all right. Yeah,
it was on my top. It was on my top 10. Even though I never played it.
Exactly. All right, Dominic. So that's what I've got for the week. You got anything else before we get into new releases here?
All right. So, because while I was talking, you did talk about the app, right? The
yes.
How Long Beats. Okay. All right. So let's get into new releases, man.
All right, we've got Freedom Planet 2 for the PC.
It's about damn time. This game,
Sonic-alike.
Well, like 10 years or something. I don't know. What?
It definitely feels like that.
God damn. I mean, I remember seeing that trailer, and that trailer was like 4 years old when I saw it. I was like, that trailer for 2. I was like, oh damn. I mean, that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, it's coming soon. And like maybe like 7 years later, no, it finally came. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I didn't even realize it even came out this week. About the. I mean, I'm guessing it's just Steam right now. It ain't come on.
Yeah, it's just Steam right now.
Yeah, so it ain't come on everything yet. And 15 bones.
Yep.
That seems respectable. Oh no, I'm looking at the old one. Damn. The old one's 15 bones.
I did see there's currently a discount.
49.
Yeah.
So it was 25.
Price is like
okay.
25.
Yeah. I guess. You know what? I'll give it that. I'll give it that.
Yeah. All right. We also have 13. That is the cel-shaded first-person shooter. The Switch version of that is finally coming out. Hopefully that fares better than the last remaster that they put out that they worked on fixing by doing this. So we'll see. We also have Bear and Breakfast. That's now out on the Nintendo Switch. That's where you're a bear running a bed and breakfast.
And yep, you're tricking those humans to come, and then you're gonna lock them and eat them.
God, I can only hope that's where that game goes. It's just like you eat all of the people or at least you got to like delicately balance. Like, do I eat all of them? Because I need like people to go out in the world and say like, hey, this is a good bed and breakfast. You know what I mean? They also can't pay you if you eat them. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
I want there to be like a dynamic there that you have to work on. All right.
Well, no, they got to get somebody who's on their side, like a human.
Oh, there you go.
No,
yep.
And there's plenty of them because I see them all on the internet. They just be hoping humans die from these animals because they just love animals so much. Fucking weird. I tell y'all like people are weird.
All right. We've also got Outer Wilds that's now out on PS5 and Xbox Series X. So, slightly enhanced versions of those. Check them out there. We also have Metal Hellsinger that's out on the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
that's part of Game Pass.
I need one for like maybe like hip hop or something beats because I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this beat for this metal. I'm not.
Yeah, we talked about it because I don't think I ever did on the show, but like I played the demo of that eventually, and like I kept on beat better than I thought I would, but then they had like the melee special moves or whatever that you did that didn't seem to work off the beat, and that would always throw me off. It just didn't feel right. It didn't make sense to have them in there necessarily. Like the shooting on beat felt all right, but then those moves didn't work. So
yeah, I ain't saying like it's a back end on. I just can't find the beat yet. I'm gonna try because I did download on PC. I just played it on a little bit through the cloud. And I'll try it on.
I mean, maybe that's what it was. There was just enough latency there that it was throwing you off.
Oh yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
Might be worth checking out. And then PC versions of Judgment and Lost Judgment, Dominic, they finally happened. Despite like we had talked in the past about how like the agency of the actor that plays the guy in there didn't want that to happen. There's going to be so many nude mods now, Dominic, just to spite those people. I'm
like, dude, get the hell out of here. Just like with your weirdo stuff of scared of the internet. Just like, get out of here with that shit. You over that.
What if I can't own this man's likeness? Then the internet will have it. And we'll never be able to trick him into another contract.
They're going to make it with a huge ding dong. You should be happy.
It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else you had for the week, Dominic?
Oh, no, I'm good, man.
All right. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at SUPAPod. SUPAPOD. SUPAPod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and any other place that you might desire to listen to podcasts. Until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see you.